Aurora гэж. Aurora үстэй. Тэгээд тийм Aurora gaming. Би early skin үзэж чадсангүй. Хацарчлаа. Яторо carry юм биш те.
Any safe lane would usually try and occupy. Very even early game, other than collapse to. Like, what about me, guys? Don't I get something in this early game? No, you get nothing. You got this guy. And, that's life, you know, sometimes gotta get the truth in this battle. If you're playing blue shadow, there's not a lot that's gonna be able to stand up there. Fortunately, Centaur's got to be one of the best recovery off-laners right now. Between his Helmeton build and his return.
Тэр Salvex гоё дарч юм. Окей. Хөдөнгөтэй агс нэ чанга хоо. Оо барьлаа. Йоо барьцсан. Харда юу болч юм ямар амар болч. Удаа. Одоо тэр секундыг хараарай. 0.1 секундээс барьчлаа шүү дээ. Йоо. Oh my god, юу ч юм бэ? Йоо, түрүүний барилт ямар кино барилт. Хоёр багийн талаар харъя. Yes, буюу Chung гэдэг тоглогч юм байна те. Окей. Энэд жоохон үсэн мэд хүмүүстэй. Ларло, Яторо, Collapse юм. Нөгөө юм сайн мэдгүй юм. Яа, бодож байгаа болохоор. Энэ тоглолт зүг бодож байна уу? За чи. Энэний дууг нь жоохон багсаа. That's just kind of Laurel style. You don't have another initiator in this game. No, he has to do that. Otherwise, his supports are left with no. We'll see if this move lands. To me, this is not an easy move. Өлтөд нь билнэ. 22 секунд. Centaur бол 22 секунд. So to optimize your chances of this hitting successfully, where do you go? I have to go enemy triangle, which is, you know, you're looking for the SF. You're not there yet. You're going to give up an Andrew to Ember right now. He's looking for the last tier 1 bottom. That's also an okay place to smoke to. It just takes a while, but there's nobody down here. Яаж маа юу асууж байна юм бэ? Ингэж авч болох юм байна те. So they're still keeping the lanes out while the Dragonite is gone. Unfortunately, though, Aurora just moved to the exact opposite side of the map. In fact, they made a play of their own into the triangle. Нэг дээр хоёр дээр эднэр байгаа юм байна. Гурав дээр энэ. Окей. За. Collapse нь юу үстэй? Lane. DK mid юм тий. We'll see if it pays off in the long run. Because I think that move was very hard to land. And it does hurt your farming speed a little bit, it hurts your scale a little bit. За, X ороод ирчихнэ. Venus байгаа. Зогсох. Өөдөөс нь Centaur-ын 6 зэмээс хамгаалж болох юм. Ring Master Tap. At some point, yes. That said, this SF has such a good lane. I mean, what do you want him to do, right? Yeah, Yasha Kaya already done at 13.5. Very nice. That's right. Being pretty good at setting up kills for these helmet split pushes. Dire сайн байна гинэ. Aurora-г нэлээд байна л гэдэг. Нөгөө таамаг нь болохоор тэгэл дундаа л яваад байгаа юм. Одоо тэгтээ нөгөө бүгний илүү байгаад байгаа.
Spirit-ийн баг жоо хүчтэй нөгөө
keep a
pick
never
нэг.
in that 10 to 20 minute marker where Furion is pretty scary.
За 14-д тулаан хийхгүй нэ.
Game where your team fight is probably just
Тэгээ байлдыг гэж бодохгүй байгаа юм байна л та.
I think their team fight is better unless some very clutch saves come through. That's going to be the X factor.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So positioning counts for a lot. As
Миран багийнхаа эсрэг тоглож байгаа юм байна шүү дээ. За Ятар болон Collapse нартай хамт болохоор 10 оны TI 12 оны TI төрүүлсэн юм байна. Даралтай 12 онд хамт авраг болсон юм байна. Одоо Аврорагийн position дүүгээр тоглож байгаа юм байна. Position дүүрүү хаа. Дүүрүү. Хүй. Би тэг камера өдөрч чадахгүй юм. Mira.
Particularly on this tier, you can find it Toro a couple more times this game, you're going to feel really comfortable. I mean, it's both the enemy carry and it's the biggest problem with the lane shove, right? You decrease that pressure, it allows you to keep staying.
Тэгээ ингээ маус орчихвол юу яах вэ?
Split with his Pinecone here, he's going to spawn out Kaori. Very nice. And he's picked up 14 Spirit Brew, who has used the Flush Golem to defend himself against Makoto.
За одоо болчих. Энэ дик ямар гоё хувцсан бэ? Mandalorian хувцсан мааш. Юу яа дээр тавар авах шийдсгээсэ. Контест байна уу? Хийж магадгүй л гэж байна. Арай биш хаа ингэж орчлох байх. За одоо X одоо ярина юм дээр шүү дээ. X жоохон хатарч шиг боллоо тий. За модалцсан. Саа. Энэ юу матч дээр болохоор юу байгаа юм бэ штэ. TI-ийн 7 хүн байгаа юм ба штэ. Гэхдээ 7 удаагийн одоо юу гэж хэлдэг. Championship. Ятаро 2, Collapse 2, Mira Larl 1 гэж юм байна. За тэр ч яах. Өнөөдрөөс өмнөх 5 цувралын map score нь болохоор яг 5-5 болж байгаа гэлээ. Тэгээд Spirit болохоор 2 цуврал, Aurora 2 цуврал ялт авсан. 1-1-ээр дууссан гинэ. Өөрөөр хэлбэл нэг хүн дээр Spirit илүү боловч match-up боддоор нь 50-50% байгаа байна гинэ. Тоглолтууд юм. Би зүгээр нь ChatGPT-гээс жижиг юм хараад уншаад хийж байна. Хаяа авчтай юм тий. Not me. Энэ item build-уудыг харъя да. За андааг гоцготолтой явж байна. 18 минут. Аргуул байгаа юм байна. За энэ нөхөр ятароо дараалалгаар дагартай л явж байгаа юм доогоор. Доогоор том item орж амжаагүй л. Окей. Зайлын багаас Nightfall
That's fine. They might get a straight bottom here.
Force тавьж байна одоо юу авах гэдэг байгаа юм. За мөнгө нэрэ болоог байгаа юм. Микота Бэсэлтэй тэгээд Каятай. X Dagger авцсан. Blade Mail авцсан. Энийг сайн ойлгохгүй маа. Энэ ядаг айтем юм л да. Өөрсөн хийлдэт тах шиг байдیں۔ Биш нөгөө хурд нэмээд идэв штэ энэ чинь. Өөрөө ghost болоод хэлээ. Тэр биш юм байна. Тэр биш юм байна. Тэгвэл өрн толботой юм байна. Соби маск олдгүй. Яа толгой юм. Юм хийлдэт нэг юм. Provide for a health regeneration when you cast a monster. You can be grounded or get an line. Dormant of the тэг хийлдэн гуудаа дэмж өгөх юм. Тэг за энийг судлаа энэ сонирхолтой юм. Би шинэ айтмнаас хэрэгэлдэг юм аа. Арай залхуу болжээ. За collapse болохоор мөнгөтэй яваад байна. Гэхдээ яг юу авах вэ мэдэхгүй. Мэдхгүй ш юу яж байгаа юм. Айлаа харж байгаа юм аа. Яаж хөрсөх нь гэдгээс нэрж байгаа. Юм авах гэж юм шиг байна. Ой. Ringmaster гэж бас нэг балиар бат юм. Янз янз юм хийдэг. За 20 минут болсон. Метр.
Stack of heroes into a kill into map control that they see Nightfall in this ward. Thought it was a tormentor, but they got to make that call. Speaking of a call, WS has a call on Yatora right now. Has to use his early BKB to try to get away. Anderson chasing after a little bit of damage.
Ямар удаан бууж ирж байна хүмүүс. Oh, Zuko.
They do the shard save when it comes out. They be able to get that kill. Yeah, Nightfall force forward, hits the raise. They'll get the tombstone kill and maybe even Rue as well. Yotoro's pickoff. Oh, maybe that's terrible for Team Spirit. That was supposed to be a smoke that kills Nightfall. Instead, Nightfall walks away with a double. That was going to be a rough sequence for Aurora, and instead it's an amazing one. They dodge the Nightfall game. They get Yotoro. And now they're going to end up getting Tormentor that Spirit probably could have just taken. I don't think Aurora really had eyes on it after the point on top. I still think to make a huge difference. That's a big play from WS in the grand scheme of this game. Laurel too? Is he really going to try and... what is this? And now here's solo. I think the saddest part of that though is Yotoro's playing Fury. Like you can literally farm wherever you want. Yes. So he did not need to be in that area. I think his read was just they're not going to make a play because they lost every top and my team is smoking through bottom. What's worst case scenario? But that was worst case scenario. It definitely was. And as a result, Aurora fought back a bit in that red lead. It was they were beginning to get outfarmed a tad bit by Spirit. But now they have a healthy lead once again. I love this blink dagger build that all these hoodwinks are going nowadays.
За одоогийн драфт дээр болохоор пикүүд нь юу байгаа ингэж нэг чиглээд лайв мэдээгээр болохоор 5 дахь пикүүд харахын бүрэн ороод тоглолтын драфт мэдээлэл хоцорч явд юм л да.
Yeah, I think in our games already it looks real nice. BKB up next for Laurel. So we'll have a BKB timing for Team Spirit. I don't know if that really makes them that strong for fights. Aurora still has plenty of ways to get through it, both with physical damage and BKB piercing disables. That's not the greatest BKB game. It's just going to reduce a lot of damage, that sort of thing. Using some of the axe damage, some of the a lot of the ember damage, a decent chunk of the SF damage. It gives you a nice time to just kind of fail and fight and win through sheer force of
Би энэ Centaur дээр доми авдаг нэг тийм буртаа биш нэг тийм. Яагаад ч юм бэ? Стат нэмэхгүй л харагдаад идэв юм да. Багийн дайман дээр яг импакттай юу гэдэг. Ингээ зэрэг амар өгччихээс. Лейн дээр шанс зогсох гэж авдаг гэж ойлгоодсэн би. Гэхдээ тэр бол нэг тийм хэрэгтэй байсан. Мэдхгүй л байгаа юм. Яагаад ч мэдэхгүй л. Техник ямар сонирн байлдчих. Таарал та. За коллапсинг гэсэн тий. Энд ч дэм. Смок л за эдгээр бэлэн болсон. Цэрэг мэргээ ингээ засч масаад янз янз болгодог юм байна л да. Доми авчихаар. За. ДК уг нь өөрсдөө эхэлсэн юм байна. Гэхдээ танк дээр нэг эхэлчих. Тэгээ SF-ийн суулч хэлдэг. Тэр нь SF-ийг тогтоох юм байхгүй юм биш. Centaur агны авч болохгүй юу? За.
There's nothing really for your total to hit because the Centaur's getting forced off, the wheel doesn't land, and then the DK, it was a clutch blink by Laurel. I can't really argue with him getting that first blink stun off, debilitating the Ember, but there's no damage coming out after that play. He just has to retreat. Yeah, so basically every control...
За, Spirit-ийн carry болохоор Natural Prophet болохоор ямар нэгэн тийм жижиг юу байхгүй болчихж байгаа. Sustain. Тийм нэмчих юм байхгүй. Тэр яг item чаас аргагүй болчихж байгаа. Гэтэ пушин дээр бол сайн. Natural Prophet and DK байна. Centaur нэг бүшлгэд бол нэг дай авахд бол амар эргэж болохоор харагдчихэв. Тэгээ бенч юм болохоор ер нь локдаун батар шүү дээ. Нэг амар байвал тэгэл дуусаа. Зөв нэг орчил тэгэл. Supported эхэлж түүмээр юм байна. Цогтоод эхэлсэн шүү. Ой. Энэ андаа нэг өөр юм яац юм. Ямар сайн бодчих чинь. Тас өгнө. Байлтахад арай л нэртэй байна да, Team Spirit. Хүчээр л байлж байгаа хөө. Одоогонд нэг муу юм болчихоогүй л байна. Байлдаад яаж байгаа гэсэн дээ. Жохо удахад л энэ Natural Prophet бас юу болон даа. SF бас яв. Юу Hex Max авсан юм бэ? Тэ ямар сонин билд тий. Хоо. Ваалчлаа. За том болцгоорой. Ингээ танк нөхчих юм уу? ДК-ийн хоёрыг Nature Puppet хоёрыг хамгаалж тогломоор байна. За энэ юугаа нэмсэн? Амар дэмэжтэй юу л яваад байна. Сентал яваад байна. Зүрхөө л угаасаа төгсөв. Видтэй соулринг авдгийг зүгээр л юу л гэж боддог шүү дээ. Зүгээр нэг айтма алдахгүй гэсэн тийм шунлын хармын сэтгэл юм байна. Бабай. Энэ юу зөвөн зогсцсан. Бэйний зогсолт бол эвгүй шүү дээ чи. За энэ сента тоглоомод дуусах юм байна л да. Ганцаараа. SFU чадах бол тэр л их сайн юм байна. Бусдын ч нэг амар импакт болсон юм да тийм да. За SFU-га авч л байгаа юм. Silverage авч л байгаа юм. Ингээд аллуулаад эхэлж байна. Spirit пик нь хүчтэй байгаа дах шиг байна. Дэндээ олон иртэй. Хат юм уу таа. Яа за яллаа. Яа. Энэ центаур юу ямар байна? Хань ачаатай болмоор байна. Центаур ачаа авч болох гэдэг юм. Ой авч ийн үү? Аваадах шүү дээ. Тийм байна. Ачаага авсан дээрээ. Аганим авч юу яасан бэ? Хүний авахгүй бол арай дэндүү тоглож байна. Гэтэ дайжгүй юу яаж ийн? Эхэндээ өөхгүй болох гэж нэлийн хичээж шүү дээ. Юу яагаад? Миний бодлоор pipe л дээр идэв юм да. Юус санагдаад байгаа. Баян тоглолт болсон бол амар их юм шүү дээ. 2 pure damage, 3 magic damage дээ. SF physical. Энд magic үстэй. Энэ бол pure. Энэ ч бас pure. Тэгээд энэ цэнтэй бол Amax гэдэг pipe-та тоглоход тэгэл амар юм шүү. Тэгж харагдаад байгаа юм. Lotus авч байна. За Lotus хин зөвлөх вэ? He's just entirely initiation. He's trying to be the collapse of the team. He's trying to start the fights for his team to fall through and win it. He's pretty much died every engagement. Yeah, every big one. And you got to feel for it. He's had himself a really good game, and now he's just sacrificed to try and bring his other two cores back. You have to go in first here every time as the DK, and you're not going to be the save priority. You don't really want to tombstone the Dragon Knight in this game because you have to save it for the Spirit Island. Well, they will have an extra save now that you have Interceptor done with the Centaur. So between the three, tombstone save, box save, and cards, then maybe you can have one of them used to bail out poor Laurel. I don't know. I'm still using it on the DK. Sorry, Laurel. За одоо Spirit хүчтэй дээ. Item build дээр нэр л та. Тийм. Undying. Одоо нэг ют олчмаар байна. Survival item авчмаар байна өөртөө. Nature бол 2 болчих. Зөв. Тийм ингэж болно шүү дээ. Тэгэл. Ичд гоц. Энэ Nature-ийн attack speed жоо удаан байна уу юу? Yo.
Ask him into TP. The BKB was lingering here. He barely made it out alive.
Look at the damage on Nightfall against the Centaur.
Одоо энэ бүшлгэд бол амар шүү
Just doing so much
дээ. Level 3 арай орчихгүй л тий. Ярах байна бас. За яардаг юм байна. Тэгэл одоо тэгэл хин сан хин муу гэдэг нь зөвлөхгүй. Сонголтоосоо шалтгаалдаг баг таа. Ямар сонголт хийж байгаас одоо чинь пүшлэх үү, буцаа фарм руу гарах уу?
You're very susceptible in this game. He's paying a big price for it. And man, I mean, collapse is just start this game off. Let's be honest.
Дайн дээр гэвэл team spirit бол аягүй сайн байна те. Split push болон за хамгаалах гэвэл яаж болох юм? Авраараар хамгаалж тоглосон дээр юм уу та? Жиж хүчтэй юм. SF юм хийм дээ. Эмберийг мөгч хийж чадах уу одоохондоо? Санаар бодох юм.
We just haven't seen Aurora like their team fight is still very scared. It just feels like we haven't seen them execute them starting a fight in a while.
Нэг юугүй эхлэлтийн энэ одоо юу референдер биш референдер юу гэж хэлдэг энэ хүмүүс чинь. Broadcaster-ууд нь яриад байгаа хүмүүс нь гэх юм. Aurora-гийн пикийг бол нэлээд эвгүүлж байна. Жоо аюултай байх боломжтой. Ер нь position-ийн байр юу юм да? Position сайн авч тоглодог л юм байна да. Дийлэх болохоор одоо ингэ жижигээс нь авч штэ. Яа, яг шөнийг болгол авлаа. Нөгөө
Almost feels like Aurora are going to have to kind of wait until SF takes his next power spike, which is 25.
За энэ spirit ялчжээ. Spirit ингээ юм байна. Тэгээ яаж ширхэж магадгүй л дээ. Зүгээр нь таамаглаа гэвэл над бол тийм таамаглаж ирж байна. Radiant Serena 75% гэж байна. Нөгөө амар том илүүрхэл ингээд нэг дайнаар шийдэгдсэн шүү дээ. Хэдэн минутын дайн? 20 за энийг 25 гэж үү? 23 минут орчим юм тий. Рadiant удаа гүйлгчих юм бол харах нь ч тэрийг. За нэг харчи 2 3 за би ингэж гүйлгэж л дээ. 20. За одоо энд нэг том дайм болж байгаа. Энэ дан дээр бүх юм шийдэгч байгаа юм л та.
So we'll have a BKB ton and BKB piercing disables.
That's not the greatest BKB game. It's a decent chunk of the SF damage. It gives you a nice time to just kind of.
Тэгээ нэг зэрэгээ татаад ивэжсэн шүү дээ. Энэ хамгийн том дайм болсон юм байна л та. Яг энэ дээр болж ирсэн шүү дээ. Нэг татгаж хараад. Эдик орж ирлээ. Энд чинь нэг юу яагаад спорт нь байрлуулчих юм байна. Эдгээр ингэ салгачих юм байна. Buyback хийгээд эдгээр бүгдийг буулгаж авсан юм байна шүү дээ. Юу би эсэргээр ирсэн юм шүү дээ. Бодсон юм шүү дээ. Окей. Aurora-гийн юу ингэж юутсан юм байна. За ойлгосон. Aurora энчээ даваа авсан юм байна. Би буруу бодож байна. Тэгээд энэ дайн дээр ирсэн юм. Түрүүний жижиг юм болчих.
Just yet another get the
Хүмүүс
reason
амар гоё гүйлгээд идэв. Яаж тэгдэв юм бэ?
they gotta get to satanic as well on Nightfall, which that will presumably make the fight go longer. Let's see, hope so.
Direct camera биш, hero chase гэж болох юм болов. За ингэж нэг үзье. Тийм ээ. Аа тэгээ ингэж үздэг юм шиг байна шүү дээ. За hero chase дээр тарч. За тэнтэй анхсан. Йоо хий бацсан. Хүнээ аварсан гэхдээ. Тэрийг ажиллуулсан. За high ground дээр байхад авраараа илүү гайг байх гэж бодоод байна. Яа тэгээд position зүг авчих юм бол амар л болно. X байна, Bane байна, хөдвийн гин 3 илүү гоё. Адны багаас энэ position дээр айгүй хэрэгтэй зүг байрлал авах хэрэгтэй гэж бодож байна. Ажирч яг уу өчиг нь олчих уу ингээд фармлал юм. За. Амар. Одоо ингээл юу л яагаал байна. Team Spirit лөө protection нэмэгдээл байна.
That's the point where you really want to end the game. You're not going to get much stronger than that all in this period on. The DK can continue to scale because he's so far behind.
Yeah, he gets his Shiva's, his first real item in quite some time. It will make him much tankier.
He will become really annoying in this game.
Yeah, just the fact that he exists and it takes so much to bring him down.
Well, that's big call. So armor for the axe.
It's nice. It's on the map though. Undying will instant revive.
A lot of armor, by the way. Something you have to keep in mind here. Spirit. He's got axe, he's up to 70-80% of his courses. Just running around, so I assume he can survive some of the Fury damage.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh no. And the shield Rudon collapse at 7,500 HP tomorrow. We'll start the fight. Yador's gonna TP in here on the side. Try and go quick on here. Nightfall pops directly in BKB, but he's just gotta run away. Beatrice on the low ground is gonna hold back the shield as best they can. But look at the collapse coming in Toro straight after Nightfall. They chase after him, pops the ball in the call. Meanwhile, the stun pops the Juggernaut. That's gonna help him reset a little bit.
PK bitti юм.
Looks like with the bullet stuff, the Juggernaut again.
Юу вэ? Начиг явуулахгүй нэ. Юу гомших нь? Сентавр аварчлаа шүү дээ. Яа. Би энэ дээр нөгөө Team Spirit бол авраар аль нь хүчтэй вэ гэдэг юм харсан чинь. Энэ ер нь салбагдал байна. Хэдэн минутын дээр тэр илүү болно гэсэн юм надад. Одоо чинь 23 минутын дээр авраараа илүүрхэн. Төвчтэр эсрэгээрээ Spirit илүүрхэн. Тэгээд авраараа бүр late game руу орох юм бол бас сайн хэлгээд тах шиг надад байна. Тэгээ миний бодлоор бол Spirit угаасаа хангалттай илүү бийтэй байна. Зүгээр фармлчих юм бол тэгэл явж. Жижиг өгчлөө. Энэ яг драфтаар ялчлаа л да баг. Вау. За өөр юм байна уу? Энэгээр гарч ирчих гэсэн. Baby. Энд л харагдахгүй. Окей. За дараагийн өөр бичлэг байна. Yandex болон Liquid тоглож байгаа юм байна. 48 минутанд. За энэ экстрим гараад ирчих. Оо, Амегийн тоглолтыг харъя. За. Титэмгүй хаан гэдэг байгаа шүү дээ. Хүмүүс ирдэг цал. Аме гоё тоглолт юм аа бас. Тийм зүгээр ягаад урсгалаар аваад айгуу сайн бодож тоглолт юм. Яваач. За broadcast юу вэ? Broadcast.
Some body snatchers in here, you know. Nothing to say on Huskar versus them should be an easy W. When it comes to the side lanes, though, I'm not so sure. Like you can see,
Миний ярьж байгаа энэ сонсож байгаа юм болов?
I
Тэгээ жоохон багсах юм аа нэг.
for the centaur, and then on top of that you have Wyvern and SF. I think that's also a slight to give a slight edge to Game Legion.
Чүчээд өгчөө. Тэр намайг гоо дээр.
Good fusion blocks. It's timber chain on top, so overall I value the two side lanes quite a lot, but sometimes one lane going badly enough is all that it takes, and this mid lane can go really bad for Ember.
We'll see how it goes for Ember, and we'll see if
Эмбер хэцүү байна лээ.
Big Dick Lanham has cooked, or will he get cooked with this draft? As
За Мирана яасан бэ? Мирана
brainchild
No,
stream, as they have moved on from Zhao 8. The coaches that have coached for Ame,
SF
ranging from
SF мэд явах гэдэг шиг байна уу?
to Zhao 8 to now
Дээгүүр явж.
Lanham and
30 seconds to battle.
and Maps is quite the combination of guys that have been able to feed their brains to Ame.
Of course, it's Lanham and Shaker instantly gets picked. You know, like, in a meta where Shaker isn't like the top tier pick or anything like that. He's not. This isn't a hero that's contested a lot, by the way, at all. But he's a hero that can do some things, and as you can see, everyone is fighting the runes. Shaker is chilling under his tier 3. This is gonna be a good old fissure block.
За Shaker Fisher lock гэж win.
So block
3 for 1.
brought to you by Fissure. And they will get the 3 for 1 on the Downies here for Gamer Legion.
Yeah, they go 3 for 1 because there was a hero missing basically on Radiant side, so it wasn't that easy for Extreme to contest everything.
Биш offline дээр жоохон юу явж байна.
This is going to be another block, by the way.
Advantage
Throne
гарч байна.
Tower. It's kind of rough. Like the problem that I have with this kind of a play is that one block isn't enough, so you're basically using your full duration of clarity early on to get the creep wave not even under the Timber's tower. You know, like this is still a place where you can lane as Dire. It's, as you can see, right? Like it's not like you can just get a full free wave under the tower. They'll still be denying a lot of the creeps. So yeah, let's see.
Гэтэ SF-ийн хамтрагч жоохон муу юм аа.
Shaker tried to come in and pull this creep wave. He didn't see a courier that he could go and kill. Or Shaker's got to be careful with his courier as well. Speed's trying to block creeps. FY dragging them, trying to drag them all the way through. Oh, this is maybe something that you could have done without the block initially, but now you've got it between the tier 1, tier 2. Not a bad spot to be overall.
I think the block did do some things here, you know, like after the block, I think it's a bit easier for Shaker to go and take the creep wave because they're busy. Yeah, because where the lanes are at. So Ember as well, by the way, doing the shenanigans mid. So yeah, teams are basically just trying to adapt to the state of the game. Ember went for boots. Like this is basically the one thing you do versus Huskar is you don't lane against him. The Huskar still gets more out of the lane, but you get something. And something is better than nothing versus Huskar.
Trying to work this lane for nothing to say this time around. And, you know, something's always better than nothing. And in the words of Stevie Wonder, nothing for nothing means nothing. So if you get nothing, you have nothing, you get nothing. I guess would be the equation there. But Huskar trying to get something, especially considering the last game. I'm going to say under the tower and trying to get some creeps while bottom lane they're pressuring in. Ame's a little bit low. Blood Grenade even thrown out. They're going to throw the Shadow Realm Strike over onto Ame, but they won't get that kill.
It was a nice little attempt. Actually, it was Ame that was pressuring, so they just turned on him. It's good brambles. He was a bit deep. You gotta be careful in this lane. Of course, even if you have the tether as a saving grace, you can die just like this.
No.
Gotta be careful.
I was gonna ask you, what's the IO build? What are we doing here? And well, he's giving up first blood.
Okay, so when it comes to IO, a lot of players are going for this Dominator on safe lane, and I think it's necessary. I've been playing IO mid and safe lane, by the way, recently. Overall, I've always been a Wisp enjoyer, so I like the Domi from the safe lane, but I think that this hero can still struggle a bit with mana, by the way, when you buy Domi. You don't necessarily... Like, the thing is, the mid lane build is a bottle into Ags. The safe lane build, I think you need a Soul Ring in there fit. You know, like I think the Soul Ring is kind of necessary just so you can spam out, because you're not farming with right clicks, you're farming with
Natural item шийдэж болно шүү дээ.
Yeah, we shall see. For now, he's just queuing up the Dominator. It's the standard build. You go Domi into Aghanim Scepter. What you buy after is up to you. Like, is it some Krella, is it some BKB, is it some Heart? Some Shiva's Hex, whatever it is, like there's just a lot of options. And all of them are kind of fine. This hero is more about the levels. Like you need a level 10 talent and you need a level 15 talent. Level 15 talent that gives you plus 50% spirit damages, where this hero truly starts to hurt. You know, like that's the big power spike.
За. 15 дээр юугаа авчдсан юм шүү дээ. Spirit-ийг авсан юм шүү дээ.
Тэгэхээр амар spike what the view is going to be with the early game. Is Xnova taking a lot of damage on this. Mirana has a leap, one last leap away. Forced to salve up. Has gone the 2-0-1 route. Not getting that arrow. Something that Mirana's do, especially in the silent like this, use these arrows to get a little bit of extra gold going their way, get a couple of creeps, and maybe make the pulls a little bit less desirable when you take a big creep in these camps. Without the arrow, not really doing much of that, but does have that level 2 in the Star Storm to put out that extra bit of damage if they do end up playing aggressively.
Radiant's courier
and
has
over
been
at FY,
killed.
and trying to wonder, you know, how much he's going to impact this game. This is a playmaker kind of hero. This is something that he is fond of, show-stopping and being that big guy for them. But right now he is struggling and getting chased by this Arctic Burner speed. It's not been fun.
Yeah, this level 2, this is basically the build that you go on Wyvern. Don't go Splinter Blast. Like, you can go 1-1-1, but 2-0-1 is just so damn good. He should be fine. He's got boots, full bottle. He's just creep skipping. Nice little maneuver by Shaker to accomplish something after not being able to really deal with top lane, which does leave Timbersaw in a bad spot, right? He's still got 20 lasted standing eyes on Timber, not too bad. It's like Timber and Ember are basically thrown in the same situation. The only difference is Timber at least had that Shaker for the majority of the time to help out.
Illusion!
You know what I really like about Big Nom as well? About like Gamer Legion in general, out of these last couple of tournaments, I feel like they're really well aware of who needs to be helped early on.
Right.
What kind of rotations the supports need to do.
Top lane, XXS. His eyes on Ghost if he can get this kill, but there's a Splinter Blast and a Fissure now. Block speed under the tower for a second, but they just don't have the damage to get the kill on either of these guys.
He's got Cold Embrace as well to work with. And all 3 raises are available. You definitely don't want to go on the SF. Bro, you took my range CS. It's this Cold Embrace. And you steal it. Oh my god.
Well, here with Xnova and XXS is going to get ripped apart. Big Nom in the area, and they will go to the Blood Grenade, but can they get the kill? Curse Crown's going to pop on Xnova while the 7-minute mark does show itself. There's a Huskar thinking about TPing over, but
cancelled.
Stops that TP. Cancelled? Was it Searing Chains?
Probably, yeah. It's on cooldown. Both of them are on cooldown. But okay, it's a silver lining for Extreme Gaming. Like they don't, they get the shrine, they lose the Timber, but for Gamer Legion, I think they learned from the last game. The last game they went for that shrine, it was a disaster. It almost turned the game upside down for them. But Yeah, this time around, a little bit more of a conservative approach to the Wisdom Shrines.
Тэ сүртэй лаг гэрийн толгой бэлдэг байна уу?
There are two heroes here that really just do not have farm. That's the Ember and this Timber, but now FY Fissure on a 2, not bad, but still going to be hit with this double edge and the Splinter Blast. I'm going to be dead for the second time on this IO. They are yet to get a kill here for Extreme.
Yeah, the game is kind of starting to feel the same way as game number 1. By the way, this bot lane Wisp was not really dead. If you fissure and move away with Shaker, then again there's a Stampede, so you probably die anyway, never mind. I was just thinking tether saves are always nice to have on your side, but if the heroes are too close, they don't really work. Yeah, so the side lanes, like predicted, are going really well for Gamer Legion, but the mid lane is definitely a problem. Like, this is a 55 CS Huskar versus an Ember with 33. The only, I would say, difference top bot lane, FY.
Again, getting chased here, and they've got this Helm the Dominator creep continuing to jump in with them, so they've got some extra help. Fissure lands on 2, Curse Crown drops down, and they've got the Seed Shot used on FY. They'll tether up. Huskar comes in to try and get a kill here onto the Winter Wyvern, just doesn't have the damage. Healing up FY as much as he can. Ame at level 6. They get the kill on a big gnome, and they will at least trade, but this creep, oh, Helm the Dominator creep does not get that kill on an Earthshaker. It was very close.
They got the Dark Willow, but a lot of pressure alleviated from RCY, and now he's mid, you know, he's level 6, he's finally able to hit some creeps, the turret in the jungle. Well, he's gonna take the creep wave to the jungle anyway. Huskar rotating, not getting a kill on Wyvern as well hurts him a bit, but he's in a good spot.
What is Ghost trickling over here for? He's level 7. He's thinking about coming down in this position.
By the way, do you know
block that camp?
Do you know that this innate from Wyvern is still bugged? You can abuse it if you want to. You don't have to, but basically when you use this book, you should use it in the fountain, as you can buy int items, use the book, and then sell those int items, and you'll get the extra int from them. So nice little trick that you can do.
My fleek and the kill onto the Ember Spirit. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, just a dead Ember. Nice little trick that you can do while your Ember is dying on mid lane.
Interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye on Winter Wyvern and see if they go back to base when they use it. It's gonna be hard to track completely, but definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, you basically pick up a big item like a robe of Magi or whatever you have gold for. You take it, you use it, then you sell.
Isn't big item, robe of the Magi? I'm gonna say getting chased. Silent Shadow on strike. They got that kill. They got him. They have nothing to say is dead. And FY level 5, so nothing he can drop down. And that's gonna be 2 for the side of Gamer.
Dark Willow was
like this kind of a death, you know, if it's any other mid laner, it's not really much of a big deal. But it's a Huskar. Like, this is the time where he's supposed to be godlike, just diving you under the tier 2 with his teammates. Killing him this easily is honestly already worrying me a little bit. Keep in mind that this hero is not as he used to be. Like, he doesn't have that built-in dispel anymore, or at least he has 1, not 2, right? So he needs a shard for the secondary one. Vessel, if Ember gets it on time, will have like a huge impact in the game, and he already has an earned phase boots. Getting towards the vessel shouldn't be too hard.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures
really starting to look problematic for Extreme. Thought maybe the Huskar would lift them up, but right now it's not enough. Ame going into that Ag second item to get that Spirits upgrade. Nova, he does have the Moonlight Shadow. Maybe they can work with that, but not if he's going to die immediately. And RCY is going to get a kill. So again, another kill here for Gamer Legion. It just doesn't feel like these heroes are moving quickly enough from Extreme to really compete. And they are falling behind. This is something similar to what we saw in Game number 1, where networks of all three cores, and now,
Team
of course, Ember
Midway
didn't have a
was-
lane, but he's starting to catch up to at least
Муу
XXX.
шүү дээ.
Are starting to get there. Both Ghost as well as
Radiant's
Fade
middle
are
tower
in.
is
Энэ
under
айгу
attack.
сонирхолтой тоглол гарч ирээд болохоор ерөөс юм ярьж
It's
чадахгүй
tough to see the
байна.
Wisp and
Би
really, you know,
бас
like they have this extra hero on the map.
ярих
I
юм
want to
жолцохгүй.
see Extreme Gaming perhaps baiting.
Надад энэ Mirana тав дээр яг ямар юм хийх гээд байгаа нь амар сонирхолтой байна.
There's a little bit of a disconnect between how these heroes like to be playing. As Huskar, you want to be pressuring the map.
Shaker Mirana
making moves
combo
everywhere.
гэхээр амар
At the
тэнэг
same time
байхгүй.
as Shaker, you want to chill,
Radiant's
farm your
top
blink
tower has
from a
fallen.
support position, you know. So
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
За ингэ жоо басч. Одоо жишээ нь
Fissure.
Radiant's middle tower
The
has
arrow
fallen.
just too late.
энэ
Can't put it
extreme
together.
хата ямар комбо
that's a
хийх гэж байгаа
Huskar
юм
losing
ойлгохгүй.
his tier 1 versus an
Скар
Ember.
зүгээр мэд дээр
15
ялж
minutes
байгаа үед ялж байгаа. Тэгээд Air Shaker нь Google энэ. За тэгээд
I can understand him losing the tower.
хит дээр ямар
for
юм
the tower, but
хэдэн минут дээр ямар давуу тал авах
Tier
гэдэг.
one, they haven't lost the
Тэр
tower.
амар сонирн байгаа тийм.
And you lost the tier 1 top.
Сэгэр
Like, this
нөгөө баг нь
side
хулиганууд юм ааш.
lanes- Usually mid lane bleeds into the side lane. If mid lane goes too poorly, you know, like the mid laner just we've all been there.
Gamer
The
Legion
storm
юм биш.
hunting you minute
Gamer
10,
Legion дээр
gets
чинь би бас
three
юу гэсэн
items or
бэ?
something fuck as well.
Юу хүрээ.
But it's
Номи
the
дот.
other way around. This game at least.
Надад Gamer
The
Legion
silos
хамаагүй
went
илүү
so all
харагдаад
the
байна.
supports have
Гэтэ
been mid, helping out the Ember. And
Extreme
who has
яах вэ?
a
Тэр
vessel
амар
already
сонирхолтой
completed?
байгаа тийм.
This is now officially a hard game for Huskar.
Скар
After what was good at
So
start,
we
for
jump.
nothing to say.
за тийм байж болох л юм тийм
It's
байна.
tough. RCY looking to go forward 14-minute
За,
try.
Air
Just a
Shaker
second, they
зураг
got a lot
хүрсэн
of
байна
heroes
юм
here. They
шиг
do not have the Centaur with them.
They
So
have
this
Sentry
could
though.
potentially be 4-on-4, maybe 5-on-4 if they get the relocate in. They'll try and go for this. They get the Shrine with Fissure, and they'll jump in, get the kill to Big Number. They'll go to the Requiem as Ghost now needs to leave, but the relocate from Ame to try
За
and get in
цэрэг
on
айгуу гоё
this,
цэрэг
and
авсан байна.
immediately a
Ame.
Winter's Curse. That stops Ame in his tracks, but he will go back to where he was.
Yeah, a very good
За, Ame
defensive
цэргээ
play
яаж
from
үзэж байгаа
Radiant,
юм
from Extreme Gaming to defend
Чи тэр доороо юу
their
гэж
Wisdom Shrine.
цэрэг оруулаад авчлаа.
Like, of course, they don't get too many insane kills, but it's something. They
Ah,
protect
you
the
hit me.
wisdom, they continue farming. Ember is mid, by the way. This Shaker might be dead.
Overcharge авчтай юм. Манай strange.
Mid lane. The slam. He's trying to turn, but the terrorize hit. He's looking to go for a +1. Hoskar's in trouble with the temper from Ame to turn. Nothing to say. Cleaning up.
I see. Энэ combo гэвэл юуны combo айгүй юм биш үү?
Time and a double kill for nothing to
Скартай
say.
нийлээд аа энэ
Ame
хоёр
right
тийм
place, right
ингэж
time. But
тоглоод
another thing
юу
that happened there
тийм
is
бүрзээс солоод байгаа чинь.
Vessel
Air
also
Shaker
went
айгүй
good.
дайж. За Mirana бол мэдгүй. Mirana яагаад авчих юм үнэхээр ойлгохгүй.
And when you don't have a vessel, like, you literally bought it this game to kill the Huskar.
Өлтийг нь
Right?
бодсон
So
юм
you
болов уу?
didn't have it. And another one. Okay. Extreme Gaming, they're like last game,
Publish
maybe
for
they were
Shalanda
without the
ho.
fight. Not this game.
Шотланд авах.
Dire's courier has been
Finally
killed.
fighting back.
Dire's middle tower is under
Not
attack.
being as toothless as the last game.
A much better performance. 2K lead for Gamer Legion still is good, considering the laning stage, but it's much more playable this time. It's not insurmountable. Aghanims on IO will be there very soon as well. He's 1,000 gold away from the point booster, so it changes things. Of course, the Aghanims just makes this hero a lot stronger. You can reload in with wisps, resummon them immediately. It's a lot of burst damage.
Are scanning.
The prize is mine.
Couple of kills here for Extreme has made the net worth lead tumble back down to 1K as we sit here 6-7 on the kill feed. But Ame doing what he shut up. I didn't do it like that. I didn't even move my hands. I swear, I was just reading.
Dude,
Ame is continuing to farm the jungle. I swear, I didn't say it.
that meme is so February 2026.
Hui.
Yeah, that joke is so 2008. You're pretty
Hui.
2009. Requiem
No,
comes in
hindi.
and sleight of face searing chains. That's
Чи өмнө жил погнавж
easy
үзчихлээ.
kill onto the Mirana.
Энэ
Setting
Навагийн
up
пик
bot as
сонин
well. Like they have good wards. Bignam already setting things up for maybe an IO if he shows up. But the two supports alone.
За амаа бол
There's a
үнэхээр
lot of
мондөг юм
damage
байна уу?
from the Arctic Burn.
Яаж
He
хийж байгаад
used
нэг үчиг гаргаад авчих юм.
the book to level up Arctic Burn of
Тэгээ
course.
амаа мондогтай биш
Not
үү?
sure if this
Тэдний
is
сонголт Монголд бас сайтай л юм.
killable wisp.
Энэ багийнхан гэх юм.
Maybe if they had a core with them. Let's see. There.
Ямар гоё сонирхолтой
How do you feel,
бийгүй.
by the way, about FY going shard first? And I'll hold those thoughts as Terrorize is going to come through onto Ame. And it's got
Yeah.
White Shadow. They've got the dust ready to go. Curse Crown's going to
They
pop
can.
on Ame. They'll get the kill.
Are you ready to
So
have
two
some
supports
fun?
basically plus stampede killing your carry. Like, the silver lining for Ame, at least before I go back to your shard question, is they
Yo.
activate the Zagonites.
When you curse?
За Миранаас хийчихсэн шүү.
Archie-wise here, they want a +1. Stayed too long. Fisher's going to land. They'll look for the leap, but the Remnant forward. X-Nova's got the Spirit Vessel on him. That's going to be another one.
За энэ зүгээр нэг тийм юу яах цаг хожих маягийн юу л ах л та.
Another vessel charge, most importantly.
Аскар
Yeah, the shard on Shaker isn't
Cool.
really that
Excellent,
strange.
eh?
Like this used to be the build. There was a build on Shaker where you went Aetherlands into shard and you just spammed your enchant totem and you played around the fissure. Like if you feel like your game won't be
Юу юм бэ?
decided by
Аяа
your
бол
first
мэдтэр
link
гоё
anyway,
зоддог.
shard
Mid
is
авчих.
maybe a better option.
Дин
If
дүү
you
юм
want to
байна.
delay
Гэтэ
it a
танк
bit further, you know, like
хоёр танк гэх юм.
you don't really
Тэгээ
want
offline
to
дээр
take
нийлээд
any big
гурван
team
танк.
fights. So
Тэгж яхад
but
air checker-т нэмэгдэж
it's just one of the two options. FY is basically a god shaker player, so
Миранаг бол үнэхээр ойлгочихсон.
if he bought Dagon, I'd be defending it somehow. But shard is definitely viable. By the way, it's not.
За checker
it's not a
shard
random
авсан байна.
purchase.
Одоо дагар авах
No, I
чинь.
wasn't saying it was a random purchase, but would you
No,
rather like
Tower.
the Blink Dagger then in that position and just have that little bit of a jump? But the way Extreme are playing, they're not exactly looking to be the
За
initiators
Цэндори
at the
айтмыг
moment,
бодъё л да.
so
Энэ
he's
ямар
gonna get
үгүй
that
юм гарч
farm
ирэх.
anyway. Or well, I can say anyway, but
I'll
they
never
are pressuring on Gamer Legion, and I don't want to misspeak because they are
2500.
farming, but whether or not they get the farm timing is, I guess, up to Gamer Legion how much they want to push in. We're
Санаа
at 14
хатсан цаас
minutes, pretty
хийчих
far
юм биш
forward.
тийм
I think after that fight lost, yeah, they get those kills over bottom, but for the most part, they're not as far forward. They're by the river, but they're not like
Мистер Сента.
giga in there, you know?
And net worth as well, by the way. Net worth wise, they're not forward at all on both sides. Like very even game. 1k diff right now. It's hard to burn. Just
7500
building
шин
the
баг
most
8000
out.
болт хийцээ гэж
I've
байгаа.
had the same
8000
matchup
гас
yesterday,
хийх
by the
гэж
way, in the game. Wyvern into IO, and even just the
Энийг
Arctic
2500-аар авч
Burn,
байгаа.
like IO
Яа,
tends to
pipe
build
очиж
into
болох
a
юм бол
lot of HP. Anyway, at the
Яагаад вэ?
Gibi on Huskar. Okay, so the vessel on Ember lost a little bit of value, of course. At this point, I feel like you need the SF. You know, like up to this point, you could play without him. You had the vessel. Now that the BKB is up on Huskar, you definitely need to need the SF to make some plays.
Yo! Yo!
Ame, he went and
Ямар
saved
гоё
himself.
юу вэ?
Tendrils of the
Dire's top
deep
tower is under attack.
off the stampede. That was a like
structures
pinch
are
play.
fortified.
Just found himself a little crevice to avoid not only the
Dire's top
Requiem,
tower is
but
under attack.
the little stampede and trying to jump in.
And they might turn on SF because of that. They still have relocate, remember. And SF is around farming this hard camp. If they just find an angle to see him, like, they won't.
Dire's
He was
top tower
basically
has
alone and
fallen.
they were
So,
smoked up, but they just didn't
Radiant's
dare
bottom tower
venture
is
a
under
little bit
attack.
further. By the way, those tendrils, they're nasty hard to cast. Like, the range is so small. Like, it looks like they go far away. It looks like a mini Ravage, but it's not. It's like, basically, 50 range in front of you is the stun range. That's it. Level 15, so we get the 50 spirits damage and we get the plus 1.5 seconds overcharge duration, the two talents that we talked about. Just super important to get. Now the damage output from the Wisp is actually
Тэгээд duration авчаар энэ юу нэмэгдэх юм?
especially once you get the BKB.
Bonus amp spell нэмэгдэх юм байна. Тэгэхээр холбогдохоор бүр алах нэ.
How far away is he from that? Not too far. Just one more component.
Regeneration дахиад
Morty, watch out!
нэмэгдэх юм
It's a
байна.
killing spree!
Тэгээ ингээ аганимаа олгож шүү. Тэгээд ингэж тоглочихсон. Хүний
Big
өдөөс
Gnome
зөндөл
XXS.
тоглож байсан.
If
Гэхдээ
we get out,
өөрөө core тоглохоор ялж яасан юм нэ. Support авчихаар
Jump
болохгүй
in,
байсан.
fade, host stomp lands on the lead. The right click damage from this SF. XXS It's
Safe
taking a long
shot
time to
to
die, but eventually
амар
he
сони юм
will
гарч
end
ирнэ.
up falling. And the fissure there, a little bit of block on his Huskar. Sleight of fist, searing chains, BKB forced out.
Extreme insult
That's really good.
болж
Like a
магадгүй
really
юм.
good exchange for Gamer Legion once again.
Яагаад тэгэхээр
Like
центаа
the
бас дахиад агны юм
BKB being
авахгүй байхгүй.
used by the Huskar is the best part of this fight,
you
I would say. Like, killing Timber is big, but wasting a BKB charge on Huskar actually opens up the map quite a bit for them.
Агны бол амар юу
And they
worst
didn't even
item
lose the
байх гэдэг
Viper.
даа.
Like, he managed to,
Shut
his
up,
essence
Aghanim
ring
бол.
just absolutely saving his life.
Тийм.
Giving him enough time to use the cold embrace after.
Янз бүр болоо гэдэг энэний хормоор
Like a
одоо
pretty
гал
even
мал
game.
юу яцсан
The
байж.
biggest difference is the IO. I feel like this hero is just 24/7 AFK farming. No one is touching him. Like, he's not top of the network, sure, but he's in a really good spot for an IO as that BKB. And now you're more or less set on extreme. Like, you could wait out the blink on Shaker. It's up in 100 gold. So
Rune of invisibility.
There's that BKB delivered. They're all coming through, smoked up, trying to make a play. Can they find somebody? Ghost.
За дахиад нэг
is
алах
leading
гэхлээр
the
дайм
charge there.
болохгүй.
Only has the Shadow Blade open. Silver
Awesome.
Edge Brambles are down, and XXS, he's going to be terrorized. Taking a lot of damage and killed very quickly.
За одоо би objective байна.
these kind of deaths are the worst in the game, by the way.
Objective марахгүй.
Like, I'll explain. Like, dying as your team is reaching
Yeah,
all
that's
its power spikes,
Map
just
хийчихсэн
make sure that the enemy team have
Sure,
another
I'll
minute
start.
or a minute and a half to work with, right? And maybe scout out what you've got. Now they know about the BKB on IO, that there is no Timber. They know about the blink on Shaker.
Requiem
That's
going,
that
trying to
was-
make a play. It was on the
За
edge.
биш.
that's
Маш
not
сайн.
happening.
Moonlight Shadow Stampede, they're still going, but now Fissure, I don't really think they can turn this around.
Ui,
but
ama
I'll
байлахгүй шүү.
chase him out.
They were maybe setting up on Ember mid with Moonlight Shadow. Like, Huskar was moving in, but he Remnant stopped, so he's safe as well. That Drake
Түрүүн
was-
нугад амар гажиг үлдлээ.
it just wasn't happening. It's too far out. Even with the Stampede, there's a BKB on the Wisp. I feel like Extreme Gaming right now are in the stronger position. They just have to find the right angle.
Ами албаар юу ч шүү дээ. Бейтлээд тоглоод шүү
Gonna
дээ.
play. Can they cross over?
Radiant's
Find
top
За
anybody
tower
Timber
else?
сов
is
ягаад
under attack.
тустай.
It's always Bignum, I feel like.
Айтам
This
авч
game.
байна.
It's always Bignum.
And that's fine if it's just him.
In the Nothel realm.
Maybe if he had like you saw that he
Dire's
reacted,
bottom
right?
tower
He
is
had
under
two
attack.
options: Tumbler Toy or
Radiant lost
Shadow
damage.
Realm. He went Tumbler
Chata
Toy,
Chapa
so
is
his Shadow
good.
Realm was a bit late. Maybe the other way around, but he's safe. But in any case, like you said,
Үнэ
the Dark Willow,
үнэ.
they probably don't care.
Yep. He's been the one who's been sacrificing his life quite a bit. 6 of the 9 kills for Extreme have been Dark Willow.
Doesn't feel good, by the way, if you're in the team and you're like 66% of the deaths. It was bad, man.
За дайн гол нь яаж эхлүүл гоё болох вэ? Аль аль тал нь ямар давуу гарч ирэх вэ? Тэрийг сонирхолтой байна.
They don't have a BKB on
За
SL.
Оскар
They
бол
don't have
урдаа
one
гарч
member.
ирсэн. Ингээ алдаа гарах юм бол одоо юу болох вэ?
They're gonna try and go in. Shaker gets stunned, feared up. He's not gonna be able to make the move in. Nothing to say, as well as FY both dead so quickly.
Dude, they had the high ground advantage and everything, but the smoke even broke, and there was like, I feel like there was a second of time
They
where
ward
they
this, no?
could have reacted to go.
За Рошаа тэгсэн. За харин
But in any case, like you said, if it's only the Dark Willow,
Dark Willow.
it was bad, man.
за эхэлж байна. Энд штэ.
Smoke play here from Gamer Legion.
За одоо
They don't have a BKB on SL.
шууд тэр ингээ варцааж эхэлж байна. Энэ бүр ямар мундаг орж ирсэн бэ? Амар гоё орж ирсэн шүү дээ.
They're gonna try and go in. Shaker gets stunned, feared up. He's not gonna be able to make the move in. Nothing to say, as well as FY both dead so. On Moonlight Shadow.
Рошаа авсан бах тийм.
Fissure and the totem to follow it up. Echo Slam committed, but there's the Winter's Curse. Again, it's just Bignum. Like this
Bail
is
ni
not
nè.
sure, Gamer Legion are happy to just give him up.
Scroll хаацсан тэгээд хостолж орж
Action is coming and Ghost is behind them. Blink away, just barely coming through from FY. Timber Chain's gonna miss, but this is nothing to say. Trying to get the damage out there, trying to go in and get the kill onto the Everspear. They get the kill there on his speed. They'll take out X Nova. It's gonna be a trade. Now going to relocate back towards top, and he will lose. Nothing to say over with the rest of his team.
And no resources really on SF, so even with the Aegis, I don't think they can continue this fight. And so scary to use. Like the Wyvern uses the Cold Embrace on Ember, but it just sets things up for Huskar to continue hitting him with Burning Spear. Of course, the BKB gets used, so he does mitigate most of that damage. He's able to get back into the fountain. The team fights are really tricky for both sides. Like hard to use your spells properly.
It's a killing spree.
That's not hard.
Yeah. No, it's not. This is not fun for FY. He is trying to find kind of that perfect blink initiation, but he was willing to let that Echo Slam rip on the fissure.
Yeah, he connected on the Dark Willow and the Timber with it. That's all that really mattered, I guess, at that point, because they probably aren't getting the Centaur anyway. Like, he's got a heart at this point, building into a BKB of his own too. Like, and like, I'm trying to figure out the way to set things up for Extreme. I feel like Timber needs to be up front, and then you play behind him. You bait for the perfect Echo. They have another Echo up in 5 seconds, so they could take another fight. The thing is, like, you are fighting into an Aegis, so not really optimal.
Экстремийг юу нэг том багууд болгож байгаа юм да. Жижиг өөр алдаа гаргаад ингээд алдаад байх Монгол.
First death, XXS, Moonlight Shadow, Ghost is invis. Sentry's there. He thought about the Requiem. Chopper came across him. Maybe Ghost thought he was spotted for a second, but he walks forward, gets ready to go to the Remnant, and now Shaker caught again. FY just not able to find the positioning. The damage coming into the Ghost, but now they'll look over at XXS. He's going to survive for a little bit longer. There's no life break. Nothing to say with the BKB. He's trying to get the kill here on a Fade, but he's able to survive with the BKB of his own. The chase is on. Nothing to say. The BKB is over, and so is his life. Bignum again, for what seems to be the nth time, is the only one that dies for Gamer Legion.
I didn't even see that he died.
Away with this.
I was looking at the other parts of the fight. He is getting away with it. I mean, he's not getting away with it. He's dying all the time, but his team is getting away with it. Io killed him with the Rillo. Okay, I get it now. I get it. But overall, once again, I feel like, look, if the Dark Willow dies, it's bad. If the Shaker dies, it's really bad. Like, Shaker is all of their control. Even though the arrow was fantastic, by the way, from X-Nova in that fight, it basically gave them at least a little bit of playing room because it stopped SF for like 4 seconds. Their Shaker needs to be alive. Like, they need these fissures, they need the totem, they need the shards from Shaker. Echo is, I mean, Echo is cherry on top. It's secondary at this point. They just need the control that Shaker brings.
He is not had a clean Echo Slam at all this game. The one Echo Slam he let rip wasn't close to the center of the fight. It was off to the edge, did its job, but it's just not exactly everything that they could really need in these fights. And FY, big struggle for him. 0-5-7. Looking for an Aeon disc because he is dying pretty quickly, looking for just a way to survive and offer more in these fights. Meanwhile, Tormentor taken down. Speed's gonna get himself that shard. By the way, use that Eldor's Speeda on Arctic Burn. I don't know.
Yeah. He used it a long time ago. Yeah, it's the moment you get it. Like, if you want to, you can insta use it, or you can wait a bit, like I said, and buy some items. As it will for some reason it upstairs.
Trying to go silence Winter's Curse though, and that is on two heroes. You definitely
Winter Wyvern зөвөн гаргаж гадаад байж болох юм. Тэгээ холбоотой
Terrorize
болохоор.
lands on both this Huskar as well as Ame on the IO, but from the side with the BKB going after nothing to say his ghost, and he's got plenty of damage to get the kill to the Huskar. The look over XXS, and he is making them feel paper thin. This is a Timber Shaman that should feel so tanky, but yet he is paper mache in the eyes of a Shadow Fiend.
Dude, the Gamer Legion are just absolutely destroying them. These plays are... The Wyvern itself is a problem. Like, of course, that's a clean kill on the Ember. But not only does the curse save him, even though Ember had like a bazillion spears on him, like he managed to use all the remnants to get towards Dark Willow, and Dark Willow had like a really big Lotus that heals the Ember in the end and saves his life. So, like, they're just putting all the pieces together really nicely on Gamer Legion, and the solutions just aren't there so far. At least this IO is, I mean, he's doing fine. 32 minutes in, he's level 23, he's farming well, but I just don't feel the impact from the Wisp. I don't feel the impact from it at all. Like, the impact to TP in and kill a Dark Willow doesn't feel that much.
Oh, mega kill, uh-oh. Mega kill.
The International дээр OG ингээд дараалж 2 жилийн байсан. TI явчихсан. Тэгмээд Falcon бас тэрийг тавтах боломжтой болж байгаа юм байна л да.
When you get the level 20 talent, the minus 30 seconds reload, you
can start doing these plays on Wisp. OG-тэйгээ LGD-г ялж AC-г нь улаасан хүн 8 жилийн дараа LGD-гийн emergency mid болж TI дэрсэн гинэ одоо face авах боломжтой.
Use that Ghost Scepter, but now BKB ripping apart, going after this IO. He's got a Lotus, but he doesn't have the health, and they will get this kill.
За SF-ийг гаргалаа.
Will he get to 25 is actually the question now.
He
does have buyback.
Again, host stomp. Gamer Legion not afraid of anything. They're forcing the buyback from Ame. You thought maybe the IO is going to go for this cross, but he's...
Yeah, the ghost is good as well. Like, it's just an item to reset. The IO, you don't really right click. This hero is more about wisps. It's just the spirits, the ones that are dealing most of the damage. Get the ghost scepter. It's a very valuable item. You don't have to complete the Krella.
Well, Centaur's got one, speaking of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's argue that it's a good Krella game for Wisp as well, but I think it's a much Krella game for the Centaur. Like it's Team Huskar versus IO. Like it's pretty damn good. And just casting it, I think jumped by Huskar, which by the way you probably aren't ever gonna be, but still, it can make a difference.
Nothing to say. Level 18, bottom of the cores in the net worth. He's not really the impact that we're hoping for. He was the game.
Надад нөгөө багийнхан нь бол амар сайн байна.
Double the kills on Gamer Legion.
Амар жашин.
That happened, then they lose the tier 1 mid. Ember gets the vessel on time. They didn't really manage to shut down the Ember. Like they picked this Huskar to abuse the Ember, and then the Ember is more or less reach.
Ame has relocated in a couple of seconds, and RCY is going to be okay, so will Ame. Ame now hitting that level 25. Did go to the relocate cast though, a -2 seconds. Attacked allies target 50% damage, so that is not what they end up going for.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's maybe valuable because you have this Huskar, but like I said, like you don't really do too much right-click damage on this hero. But some games when you're playing a position 1 IO or position 2 IO, like you can even go for the GPM enchantments, you know, just to get the items quicker out, and then you can tier 4 it up for something different. If he had like a or something like that, and then you're maybe it does make sense to go for it, but yeah, that's just not the build that any IO goes for right now. It's not the viable build.
Want to build, but
Миран яг
see,
ямар
can they
хүчтэй
build
би
on this at all?
зүгээр ойлгохгүй.
Deficit 4 extreme, reaching the lengths of 13,000
Хажууд
with
нэг
an
lockdown
again
hero байсан.
in the hands of Gamer Legion, back into the hands of Ghost.
Нэсэфиг зогсоогоо тоглоом
How
дуусгаж
do they
байна.
win these fights? Like the high ground defense is not simple
Одоо
for
чи
them.
өөр болсон л да.
This
Энэ
is
жоохон
going to be
early
into a
дээр.
banner, right? So
Тоглоом early ч биш. Тоглоомын дунд үе
high
гэж.
ground is rough. You need like the perfect echo. You need the perfect shaker positioning at this point. 13k at 37 minutes, like it's playable against. It's not impossible, but so far it looked like it's all Gamer Legion, and it feels like the network lead is actually higher, even though it's only 13k.
What makes you say that?
Just the way the game is played.
Gamer Legion багийн талаар болохоор Германы байгууллага болсон.
Ame is in. That is. Oh my God! Wrong direction.
I think this is what makes me feel that way. Exactly this. And it's been like
Герман баг ингээд нэг хойд Америк тоглолт юм байна. Тэгээд хойд Америкийн шалгуулалтаар орж ирсэн.
It feels like they're not ready.
Underdog баг
If they're
гэнэ.
not ready now, I don't think the Subterranean core on IO makes me feel any more confident in the hero. Like, this doesn't feel like a game-changing item. You know, like just getting an Octarine
Carry Ghost өмнө болохоор
after
Extreme
Shiva's.
Gaming тоглож байсан учраас одоо хуучин багийн хэсэг тоглож
Like
байгаа юм.
position 1 now can
Extreme
I don't know,
content
rotate a
суустай.
little bit.
Оддын бүрэлдэхүүнтэй баг гэнэ.
Ame just kind of staring straight.
I
but
see.
it feels like he's staring into the
Одоо тоглоом биш
depths
тийм багтай.
at this moment.
Тэгээд эдгээр нөгөө нэг эготой нөхдөд нийлсэн
Radiant
ингээд.
structures.
You're gonna try and defend against this.
Тэр стан ямар аваар болж байна.
Ghost under the chakram, but full embrace will keep him alive.
War, please.
RCY, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Lotus to dispel that out. Their Fissure Throne,
Тийм
waiting
болохоор
for the
Extreme
Ember and just trying to hold this tower as
баг
much as
шиг
they
биш
can. They'll jump over the
санагдаад
hook stop now, though, ramming him back on the side of Extreme.
Radiant's
These
bottom
double
And
edges
some
starting to
Hurricane
stack
Dogs,
up. Fade, we're gonna put as much hurt onto the Timber Saw. He's got
Stay
that short, he's
going.
up to 60.
Хав тоглож байгаа юм шиг нэг
Seven,
хороод фармж
62
байгаа
health.
юм шиг.
Radiant's bottom barracks.
It's so hard to stop the SF. They're trying to poke him, like, and sometimes poking targets can prevent them from pushing high ground. But you're playing versus
Тэгээ
Golden
үгийн чадвар бол
Race.
амар.
It's just not happening. This Wyvern is just constantly healing.
Double Edge once again uses that Crozier.
Radiant structures. are
Crozier, I don't know how
fortified.
you say that word. We don't use it here in America anyway. Fine.
Crozier. What is a Crozier, by the
The
way?
Extreme
It's like a staff of some sort.
here.
I'm going by the picture.
Hey, BKB, nothing to say. Right clicks in. Arrow connects from X Nova. But
Yeah.
this is a cold embrace.
Centaur,
Just in his life, he
Centaur
gets
is
back up a little bit.
good.
Fissure again with the BKB. Now the Staff needs to turn around. They get
Winter
nothing to
Technique,
say
cut off.
instead. He
Yeah,
tried to go in with the
yeah,
damage
yeah.
and does not have buyback. Dead for 70 seconds.
Устын сар. Тэгж дунд бууж
Connection
байсан
SF as
тийм.
well in the back with.
Сарнуудад
Fear the terror.
арай тийм.
Is gone again. That is going to be
Арай л ороод авчих.
all they
За
wrote for this
тийж.
one, in my opinion, because they just do not have their 1 or their 2. It's up to XXS to hold this game.
He died
Like,
without
Extreme
SF.
unlikely, who
сонирхолтой
knows?
байна. Гэтэ
SF wasn't even there.
Жижиг
They
нь юу
actually managed to kill SF.
надад
They
надад
hurt him once again really nicely. They controlled him, but Ayo just reloads in the back and dies.
Radiant's
Yeah, it
top
could be
tower
all she
is
wrote,
under
like you
attack.
said, like 3 sets at this point.
Aeon Disc gets popped on the Earthshaker. He's looking for a way in. Gamer Legion 1 moment away from just winning this series. Echo Slam even committed here.
Эйчекер орж ирэхэд араас нь цэвэрхэн юм дээр станы өгүүлж
They can't even kill the Ember. And with no Echo Slam and nothing left in the tool belt, it is just becoming even harder for them to hold against Gamer Legion. And it's mega creeps
I think they can end.
for the dire side.
Yeah, I don't think you need to go back even. Like 20 seconds, and the BKB is back up on the Ember. There's still no Wisp for 30. I feel like you just go in. Yeah.
Jumping, nothing to say. What do you do here? BKB, but can you even get the life back that you lost? He's trying to get any damage that he can out. They'll look over at RCY, the totem, and now a couple of slights, but nothing to say is dead. God, the Winter's curse on a 3. The 3 remaining.
Ой,
Looks
combo
like to
na.
follow it up. Gamer Legion are doing
Winter
it.
Wyvern
They're
is
looking
bad.
to
They
take
do
out
some
Extreme
good.
2-0 in this series. They finally get a kill and a go.
Buyurun,
He's gone for 100
şey
seconds, but he's
yapsın,
gotten the buyback. The BKB's been popped by XXS, and they will find themselves speed and get themselves another kill. It's a double kill.
Specific on
The
what
buyback committed here from FY, from Xnova. They've got 4 heroes alive again, and they are up against the mega creeps as they get
Specific
another kill on
wasn't being
Bishop.
locked down.
Let's see. I mean, I was about to call it as well, just like you were. I was about to say, this is it. The game is pretty much done and dusted. I'm expecting some G's in the chat, but yeah, we had the 20-minute game as the first match of the series. The second one will last a bit longer. There's some tilt. There's like legit some tilt or some disconnect happening in Extreme Gaming because the two cores aren't playing together. Like your Huskar dies while Wisp is respawning on a 10-second timer. And then your Wisp dies as your Huskar is respawning on a 10-second timer. And then your Huskar dies as your Wisp is respawning. Like back to back to back to back. 4 times in a row, actually. These two players didn't play the same game at the same time. Io and Huskar, like they just aren't able to combine their strengths. And you know what? Like you kinda, when you're playing the Wisp at this point, I think you want to use that tether and overcharge. Not only for yourself. This is the strength of the hero. You buff someone else up, right? In this game, I think Huskar is your basically only option. Like you can maybe play around Timber as well, but you need someone that isn't the creep. You know, Helm of Dominator 43 minutes in is not really the best partner. So, overall, just to talk about the positives, Gamer Legion are just playing a really great game of Dota. Like nothing to take away from them. They're just executing well. They're just taking all the freebies that Extreme Gaming are giving them, and all the fights that aren't so free, they're making sure that they look that way. Mostly, by the way, Centaur is still deathless in the whole series. 5-0-17 in this game. Didn't die a single time in the first game. Cold Embrace definitely playing a big part of that.
First game, though.
Scanning.
Fade. But if you're talking Centaur in general, because he went 0-0-10 or something like that.
I was talking about Fade because he didn't die.
Oh, you're talking about Fade just in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
in general, yeah. But you're right. Centaur deathless in this game as well. In this whole series.
Yeah,
it's the Centaur that didn't die
hero.
and Fade, right? Yeah.
Now looking to put it away. They're coming forward. Fade though stopped with the fissure. They've got themselves a Gleipnir, but there's Krella's.
Синтетер энийг авч тоглох юм. Окей, энэ айгуу дэжгүй санаа гэж болох юм.
And they make the comeback. It's not the most
Амин юм чин.
net worth league we've seen in this tournament potentially fall away, but they're only tier 4 standing.
Уртын юм. Тийм уус хоёроо дарна гэсэн үг шүү.
Tough road. It's all uphill.
Зүрх мөртөө нийлж
Putting the treadmill at the top degrees if you're trying to get up this one for the side of Extreme.
Stairmaster.
Oh God. I can't even think about doing stairs right now with my torn ACL. That scares me.
It's fine.
Will this get better for Extreme though?
Probably not for Extreme, but for most of people it gets better. Maybe in the next series it's gonna get better for them because this one is pretty... I mean, there's always a chance. Yeah, 19. Exactly.
You're telling me there's a chance?
There's always a chance. Maybe some crazy refresher on Shaker. Yeah, he's going Octarine. Okay, I mean it's also good. Like you'll have some extra echoes. Level 18 Shaker. Maybe he gets the level 20 talent as well, and you go for all in the echo play. And just as you jump in, your Aeon Disc gets procced and you deal no damage.
Stop.
Could happen.
Nullifier for the Centaur, by the way. That Aeon Disc isn't even that valuable anymore.
He's fully slotted. Level 26. Centaur with the +1 Hoofstomp duration. With the Aghanim Scepter on top, by the way. So whoever you go on, Cold Embrace into the cart, and that's it.
BKB, stun, XXS, Timber Chain gets a little bit of distance. That is the BKB down. Shadow, Bignum in, Yule's up into the air. Now they're going to try and make the move. They've got the popped on Bignum as well as FY. RCY is going in with the Sleight of Fist as well as the Searing Chains. FY can't even get the Echo Slam out. They're going to pick up this Ember in the cart. BKB, Winter's Curse, locking up two. Exactly what they need to follow it up with the Terrorize. They've got the fear onto Nothing to Say, and he will have his lips shut and sealed. Has killed off once again, does have buyback. He will use it immediately. Kind of low here, but they do get XXS. He's also got the buyback.
They have to use them. The Kartsis are taking the throne.
Yeah, both tier 4s are
Ингэж голох амар зөв байна. Тэр 3 кор 3-аа танк байж амар гоё комбо.
He's going to be able to get the satanic over the
Nilana
Starstorm down, nothing to say dead again. Threatened to the back line, looking over for Io. They've got this cart again. The big up goes GG is all. Gamer Legion. They are doing it, and they get the 2-0 over Extreme. Home field, no field.
These guys just destroyed a lot of predictions, by the way. Like, overall, they're going to be taking a lot of points from a lot of people, it seems like, if they continue playing this way, at least, because this was...
Okay. За. Сайхан л үзлээ. За, Extreme нэг иймэрхүү баг юм байна. Gamer Legion-ос яг баланстай л гар юм байна. Гоё л юм байна. За өшөө шинэ тоглож байгаа юм байна. Aurora Game бол Team Spirit. За энэ дахиад тоглож байна тийм. Би зүгээр багуудын ерөнхий ямар байгааг нь хармаар байна. Liquid-ийг харчээ. Манай Liquid юу болж байна? Би ч Liquid амар болтой шүү дээ. Болон гоё шинэ юунд Ашин хөөрхөн хүмүүсийн маш айгуу гоё шүү.
Тут забрали, Чир умирает, плюс Рошан. И с Рошаном, с Волком, с Манки Кингом, с Линой. Надо идти, давить.
And he always has to save too, right? That is the important thing to also say, that he can go a little bit more greedy because he does have the save from the Shadow Demon behind.
And Shadow Demon's going to have to save a lot. He's going to be looking at Mickey and Nisha, both of them likely yelling for a disruption in these team fights.
За Naga.
Naga чих гоё явдаг шүү дээ. We see them build for themselves lately. Force staff is so good when you're playing into these main invoker axe kind of combo, just to be able to move them slightly so they don't get whaled by the combo.
Okay, Lina.
Push commencing down bottom. They've got this Aegis for a good amount of time, so should be able to get a fair bit onto this tower here. Toxa?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sergio will be able to hold back the push for now.
Nice. Name of the game, right? Delay. So Yandex wants to do in this one. Still keeping a good 2k separation.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just getting that much more with every passing minute.
And it's really the next item, right? It's when he's got the heart, how much more he's gonna really turn up to play with the team. This Aegis is gonna give a nice, comfortable position for Liquid. Potentially look for either that tier 2 or just get themselves a secured Tormentor. Yandex at the moment not looking too keen to look for an aggressive move. They're kind of chilling.
Yeah, they're again just not feeling under any pressure to make any aggressive moves. Watson's happy, team's happy.
Nisha's getting close to Ags though. Liquid is getting to a lot of strong timings together. From Mickey, Ags goes Nisha. Ace scouting constantly with these wolves, giving information plus this Aegis advantage. Could look for something here. They see DM. These wolves will work. Cancel the blink.
Nisha is going to get a great angle to Watson.
Perfect target.
Up there, able to take him out. That's a huge kill to find. They'll get DM on top of it.
There we go. Accelerating things. Dream targets. 2 cores caught. Boxy gets them both again.
Yeah, something about Box on his hook wing. Getting these very important kills.
He is setting up for a lot here. Might also be able to just get Malady. Very likely Malady is dead. There's connections coming over.
And we'll at least be going towards that 4-star front
yes.
teammates.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, I'm super happy about that actually for Boxy.
And another one.
All right. Some big kills. Getting that momentum going their way.
Chiro Jr. He's immediately on the map, seeing if he can find a chance to catch Mickey by surprise.
He's got to be careful though. The mobility is there from Liquid.
Moonlight to try and help him get away.
Here comes the hoodwink, and Boxy gets the
catch. Chiro Jr. should be fine. Even pick up a camp on the way out.
He probably just stays here. Ghost Walk and stay in this area. That's true. That's the power of this silly shard, of course, where he's going to be able to still get so much and keep getting that space for his team. Cut the next wave. Gotta love it.
Nisha around in the area. Can you go for a play against Nisha if you saw him? He's looking at the potential.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, it's...
Dire's bottom tower
did you see this from Nisha as well, too? Look at the 15 talent. I don't think I've seen anyone really take the array damage instead of having the magic resist, but I guess in this game, there's not that much magic damage. Just the Invoker.
Radiant's middle
that's still a
still
lot of damage.
That's interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
Maybe you're just wanting extra damage for the Naga as well, too, that little bit. But yeah, I haven't seen too many people take that talent. Maybe Nisha has, and someone could call me out, but intriguing.
Ер нь драфта бодохдоо юу юм бэ? Давууд болон сул талуудаа нөхөж тэгээд аль цагууд дээр илүү давуу
Another kill. Doing some good job. He's getting involved a lot now as the Monkey King.
Liquid's getting an insane amount done. All the objectives being claimed. Tier 2s as well soon. They're ticking the boxes. The AC is going to be coming out for Ace as well soon.
Yeah, much more than they were able to in game 1.
Yes.
This time they're looking at to be in a much better spot, getting that lead and keeping that advantage that they need against
Yeah, because last game they didn't even hit tier 2s, right? Last game it was just not the case. This game they're gonna get a tier 2 at what, 20 minutes.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's happened to the best of us. You know, we've always TP'd in front of that creep.
And he dies because of this.
Ooh. Should be all right going through the tree line.
Ella scared himself away.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Or will he be alright?
No, he's looking pretty dead.
Oh my god, the neutral creep. Prowler!
Хари. Би тэр юм бич байгаа
Or will he be alright?
No, he's looking pretty dead. Should be alright going through the tree line.
Ella scared himself away.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Or will he be alright?
No, he's looking pretty dead.
Oh my god, the neutral creep. Prowler! Another potential catch here. Malady doing a lot over here. Can they get the connection? They will.
And that was very nicely done as well.
Yo, in combo key.
Oh, Malady got the
Монголд байгаа найзтайгаа хийгээл тоглолдог гэж. Ингэж
it's like an enfeeble tick or something. That's a kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Very close to finishing off that tier 2 top. So
Yeah,
they did kill Watson the once. His farm still very much hitting those timings hard. Pretty much done. Recipes on the way out.
Did get back into that momentum spot. Liquids is starting to get slowed down to get here from these kills. Is he going the Aghanim?
He wants to get the Ags. I mean, this...
He's going all greed.
Yeah, I think this was going to be the expectation that he was going to go Radiance, and then either Manta or BKB, and then in a good game, you do still want that Ags time.
Sure. He's going insanely greed.
Okay. Catch Malady. He's going to try and see his way down to the low ground. No way out of that. Liquid, can they find a bigger kill? They're looking for Chiro Jr. He's just out of range of the center. Nisha, he is prepared with the dust. Sometimes... Nisha, he was ready.
Can they get the tier 2? Their creeps are coming in, but it's taking them a moment here. They got to protect those creeps.
Later орчих юм
AC is going to be done. Mickey with the he's going to have the Ags on the way out.
It gives them, I mean, they have fantastic siege. I will say that. Right? With the Aghanims, with the Monkey King, if he doesn't want to go that route.
There's definitely a high chance, as you mentioned earlier, that they're looking at Chiro Jr.'s game. They know that they have to slowing down. So then the BKB priority, you can kind of put it in the way for now.
Yeah, I could agree with that. And also, you know, like there's Axe, there's Bane, right? There is things that, of course, he's thinking about that it's like, I don't really want to have that BKB as much because there's ways to answer it, but...
Has been killed.
Oh, he died. That just died.
That was a pretty huge courier snipe, and DM, he's getting out alive. So that is the Aghanims out the game for 2 minutes.
Nisha.
They've caught him.
I asked one of the biggest courier kills.
Liquid, yeah.
Holy moly.
Gone to the sidelines for 2 minutes, and
losing Nisha.
He's dead.
Yandex.
Also for a minute.
In the
exact spot as he got caught earlier as well too. Hey, Watson. He said he's the rock for the team at the moment. Butterfly soon coming out, and that's going to be.
Би нэр prediction
now the Monkey King.
тоглох хоорондоо
You
яаж
probably have to start
яах
thinking, okay, I need MKB and MKB, but he's got Scotty queued. I mean, yeah, now it's starting to get a little interesting in terms of itemization when MK wants to go for
well, that's the thing. Can you afford to go for the Scotty over the MKB when you see that the butterfly's coming out in the Naga Siren, or do you have to change and get that MKB?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
How important is that?
Oh, and now the Rosh as well, too. This is a pretty dreadful sequence for Liquid. Of course, a fantastic one for Yandex getting all this. Liquid with the Lycan lineup, definitely not wanting to be giving up that Rosh shot.
As I said, so far, it's been better for Liquid than game 1. They got a tier 2 tower. They're able to make a move, kill Watson, but maybe still not quite enough to stop, sort of throw Yandex off their game.
And they got to clean it up a decent amount in these next few moments.
There it is, yeah, Butterfly time. So 26 minutes in, this is crazy farm on Watson's Naga Siren.
За network гэхдээ илүү ч чадахгүй шүү нэ.
Difficult game really for Mickey to try and itemize.
Тэггүй жоох асуудал болж эхэлж байна да.
Yeah, but will he spend up for the Scotty, or is he going to see that Butterfly and feel that an MKB is necessary?
Нэг хэрэгтэй, нэг
And Nisha, I mean, surely
Hina
not exactly the same as the last. I mean, kind of though, right? Like last game, it was kind of similar where he just gets caught on these sides multiple times. It's 4 deaths for him.
I mean, the difference really there is just that relatively to Chira
struggled a lot. Yeah, exactly.
Like that, they've really managed to kind of slow down Chira Junior's game this time round.
Ace.
Их балраад ах чинь байхгүй юм. Гэтэ Nag дийлхэ болчиход
there's an Axe and a Fiend script in the area. Monkey King starting to connect.
McKay's ready to go. Going up for DM.
It's dispelled. A lot of damage onto Mickey here.
Lovely angle there with the deafening blast. But the light strike ray still catches on to Chira Junior.
DM's
back in with a call. Malady looking to get stuck in. It's going to go very aggressive again.
Ийм байсан бол 50 болчихгүй.
Malady will still die. Nisha's going to be fine.
Here comes Watson. Can he clean up?
And they've got to run away from this Naga Siren. And Nisha's going to get caught by the snare. They do burst through Chira Junior out.
Next
Ace should be able to step away from the illusions. McKay jumping back in.
Big connection.
Down and up to the looks for Watson, but the song's up. Getting the rest of the team out of this. And Liquid, though, getting the big kill again, continuing to make sure that Chira Jr. does not have close to the same game that he did in game 1, killing off the Invoker once more.
Liquid collapsing much quicker, right? There, Yandex, it took them a long time for the rest of the heroes to turn up. By the time Watson's there, it's like Chira's already pretty much died twice. DM is almost dead as well, so good mobility we see from Liquid in that fight.
And I like this as well from Mickey, indeed.
He switched immediately,
put aside the Scotty plan, needs this MKB.
Fair enough.
Without that MKB, very high chance that this Naga Siren does not die. But with it, Mickey absolutely can bring down Watson.
And he pretty much has it, actually. He's getting, he's getting so much farm because of this build. So you know what? Greed is good. I take it back about that BKB that I said earlier. Ends up working, of course. The greed is absolutely working because of, like you said, Chira's game just continuing to be that struggle.
Watson, now that MKB is coming out for Mickey, he's now going to be scared of turning up when the Monkey King's around.
За миний тэр бас таамаг зөв байж болох юм байна. 40.
What do we see from the Lycan? Is he going for the fight? He is, right, I imagine so. Okay, so we're going to have the Monkey Wolf as well, too, to go for this. He's going to be very dangerous.
They have set this game up quite nicely for Mickey to do exactly what is necessary against the very stacked Naga Siren.
And with these 3 cores, they can deal with the Naga Siren, especially if the Invoker continues to be kind of held back like this. Same thing for the Axe. They do have this Tricore. They can continue to scale. So I would say not as much on the timers by any means as they were in the last one. Can absolutely still get that scaling.
Shadows, take us.
За, үцхэндээ.
Smoke up though. Yandex. for a catch.
Axe зүг ихлээл бас эвгүй шүү. Боксер болж яах гэж байгаа. За.
Controller from Malady onto Mickey. Mickey's going to try and jump around the Wukong's command to get away from this. Build up the Jingu stacks on Malady will build them up, but he's got the estate.
Oh, Jansen. Ой, энэ авчихсан.
Mickey.
Yeah. Түрүүний стан ямар амар
шүү. Onto Malady to build up the Jingu and
enable that full heal off the balance.
Did you see how, I mean, it almost, what, 3/4 of Watson's HP as well to a massive connection to the high ground. They're probably just going to get a racks off of this. Yeah, only 3k lead, but that fight very decisive there with Mickey turning up.
Yeah, I think this game is he's absolutely smashed it this game. Yeah, made all the right decisions. Skipping the BKB, absolutely the correct move here. Again, because of the fact that as a team they identified that this Invoker is not going to hit the timings that he wanted to. They shut Chira Junior down. They set up for Mickey to get this build online and absolutely coming into play here.
Watson just honestly he's struggling to get into the fight. You can see that when the Wukong's down, he doesn't want to walk into it, and when he does walk into it, look how much damage he takes, and then bam!
Manta moves the silence into the boundless. With that Jingu stacked up, immediate full heal. And a hell of a lot of damage pulling out from Mickey.
That was pretty. Now Sox as well, just that.
Whoa, killing spree!
There we go. Liquid. Starting to hit full stride, looking much more comfortable, having the answers for the Naga, and the Invoker's not recovering. He's really not. Chira's getting next to nothing. Same thing for the Axe. And yeah, look at that close game for Mickey in the last minutes. He's also about to be that monkey wolf as well. On top of it, so well and truly enabled.
What would you say it was about the draft and play from Liquid that enabled them to crush this Invoker in a way that they couldn't game one?
I think just the mobility, being able to swing Mickey over, connect to every fight, and also just the scouting. I think the Lycan Wolves make a big deal. We didn't see them on our screen so much, but I think they were giving so much information. They're just watching all of Yandex's moves, preventing Chiro from getting that far. Last game, he was finding so much more. This game, he's just hunted over and over again. Very impressive stuff. We don't get to see too much of this Monkey King.
No, it's been fun to see from Mickey.
Thanks.
Something that we bring it out again.
In X Mickey.
Wolves ready to fight.
This Monkey Wolf is so dangerous. DM. DD as well, spawning top.
Scarred
and I mean, as we kept seeing there, right? The increase from Mickey, just getting like 7,000 plus gold, while Watson only getting 2,000 in the last 5 minutes. Pretty absurd stuff.
183 дээр байт юм байна. Яаж 183 дээр юм гэж
Dire are
scared. Энэ болох байдлыг. За тэгээд Centaur сайн тоглолт юм байна. Энийг магаар юм байна.
Yeah, that hex timing gonna pretty much be the one that might give them
a chance
to deal with Mickey in this fight. It's a long way away for Watson. Find that, get the chance to get the hex opening into a combo from the Invoker. Maybe they can burst through this Monkey King, but they gotta see Liquid out ways to save him.
They gotta get better connection there from DM in particular. He will get it onto Mickey as he gets the jump.
They've got enough there. I've got the grip. Backup's coming in. Liquid the disruption. Watson. So he used the song, but Nisha with the BKB bringing him down pretty low throughout it. They just have to bail out of this. They couldn't kill Mickey in time. Too much HP now to work through, as he's very tanky. The amount of stats that he has.
And Tofu's always there. That's great tip, honestly. Tofu always is there to get the saves.
Travel. I did treat.
Jeez, he's dominating.
14k lead now.
Next, 46-ийн win rate 111 гол тоглосон юм байна.
Seemingly having all the answers now at this point.
Yeah. We wanted, we knew that they were going to be able to hit harder in game 2. It's
game 1. Seb шиг юугаар X-ээр тоглодог бол тоглоом дууссан байгаа л та.
And looking to be now in a spot where it is Yandex the ones that are sweating this time round.
And even though it's Nisha, he did struggle a bit in this one. Ace and Mickey are doing the heavy lifting for sure.
Good chance to dive in on this.
Monkey Wolf.
Trying to bring them
Axe биш байна. Ингэж орохгүй. Хэнийг нь Лена руу орохгүй бол бодлоо шүү дээ. Нэг орсон ч ороогүй шиг дүлгэнээд байна. Чи.
think they're feeling it. They know they cannot deal with this. There is no creeps in the base. They're trying to bypass that protection.
Grip off onto him. Okay, caught by the cold snap. Buyback's come out from Watson.
За тэгээ ST-ийг нь хийлгүүлж байгаа. Араас нь хин байгаа. X Bane хоёр бол энаар бол тоглох гэж бүр гэдэг шүү.
Yeah, they did force out that Watson buyback, but if they lose more from this will be a little painful for Liquid.
Nisha.
Laguna onto Chira Jr. is going to be burst pretty low off the back of that. Pull back onto Tofu. Get the disruption off. Watson's going to use the song. This actually might allow them to set up on Anisha.
He's got BKB though on Anisha. The arrow.
There you
go.
BKB
always can.
We'll go for the BKB TP. Nothing to stop him through that. So Yandex, they will be able to push Liquid back. Did cost them the big buyback there, having to have Watson use it. But the game goes on.
It's extremely expensive buyback. As you said, the Hex was something that he really wanted to be able to pick up on Watson. That's going to be, it's going to be totally delayed now at this point.
We'll see how much progress he can make towards that before the next push comes in from Liquid.
За Нага ер нь бэлэн болж байна. Одоо Hex on
I think it wasn't even 25 for that one too for the siege.
They
had no creeps, let's be honest. Liquid was kind of just like trying to brute force through that backdoor protection the entire time. Weren't quite able to finish it off. Yeah, we saw that slow burn. It really does build up quickly. You saw Chira almost ticked out from the end of it there.
I mean, Yandex, they're pretty much going to be hoping that they can keep the game going long enough for Chira Jr. to get his Aghanims.
Yes.
And for Watson to get those two pickups. Their defense is going to get scarier and scarier.
Yeah, they do want more time.
But it's a lot of time.
It is still a lot because Chira and DM are quite poor in this game overall. Neither of them really able to get too many clean connections. I think we've only seen like one hero axe calls as well too. He's not getting multi-hero calls. They're not finding Tofu. Tofu's always able to get the saves.
Yandex.
The one time they did find Tofu.
Yandex чангарч байна да. 40 минутаас эхлээл эвгүй болно да.
Very much sense that they're close to one another. Chira on the front. He's going to get caught by the balance strike.
So fast. Way too much physical.
The rest of Yandex are still watching. They're looking to go back in there with the Phoenix grip onto Nisha.
Save again.
Be able to burst through Boxy. They do not have buyback available on Chira Jr., so they have to be careful about how they go around this. The buybacks come out. I mean, DM tries for a call, but that's not going to happen. They'll lose DM, they'll lose Malady. Liquid, they have the space to head into the pit and take this rush.
They probably lost the worst hero they could have at the start of the fights, right? Invoker gets caught. Chira just really struggling this game.
He's having a rough game after such a beautiful game.
Liquid,
they went for kind of the risky approach, right? Letting him have this Invoker first pick in this game too, after what he showed in game one. My goodness, Liquid showed that they were ready to come in with a plan. They knew he was the problem. They go all out against this Invoker and they completely shut down his game.
Haven't been able to find that extra space to farm. I mean, it's just been Watson. He's been at the top for a lot of this game, but his other two cores just constantly staying super far behind the opposing ones.
Close to this Hex, but
he is, but not close enough.
Difficult to get out to the shop to get it done.
Mickey now with an Aegis, he's got this level 25 too. When that Wukong comes up, they're just going to zone them off the racks. Yandex.
But the disruption's there. They'll be able to keep that Aegis safe a little longer. Still gets burst through. As the Aegis gone.
Got the ice wall down for him.
Round 2 for him. Cool, and the different blast down at the same time. So good control.
He'll
turn, be able to bring down DM with the help of Tofu. Mickey lays
down.
Looking at Watson. Watson using the song to try and get away. BKB comes straight over the line. Will sort of help Watson out a little bit.
Hasn't been able to find that extra space to farm. Okay.
Difficult to get out to the shop to get it done.
Hex нэр надад яг тэр агним намайг дээрсэнагдаад байгаа байхгүй.
See what they can do. He's going to get caught with the balance immediately after he leaps and he's dead. He has the buyback available. They get the grip off on him, Mickey, but the disruption's there. They'll be able to keep that Aegis safe a little longer. Still gets burst through. As the Aegis got the ice wall down for him. Round 2 for him.
За одоо би гэбэд орж ирнэ. Бат үгүй. Нэг. Энэ дээр зүгээр байлж байна. Энэ цаашаа явчихгод доор хинлөө очиж юм тий. Энэ одоо юунаас гарангууд онтолгоос гарангууд шууд BKB дараад орох юм байна л та. Нууд салгаад байлж магадгүй байхгүй. Боломж бол байсан байгаа. Жи. Нага сан тоглож байна. Акс амарч тоглож байна. Дабар гацчих. За LGD нэг маг гэсэн юм. За LGD-г нэрээ нэг харчээ. Хэн байгаа шүү дээ. Топсон байгаа үстэй LGD дээр чинь. Гүйлүү.
One of those dudes that I don't think I've had a pub with him where he flamed ever, like ever. He's just, of course, people do flame him though every now and then for the picks. But in general, it's super chill. When it comes to Nigma, by the way, what do they need? The question is maybe not easily answerable because Necro could be off. It could be your safe lane as well, depending on how they want to lane into the lone druid. If they have like a better idea into the lone, LGD have an inkling feeling that it could be a safe lane Necro because they ban out the Lycan. It would round up Nigma's draft very nicely. Like if they had something like a Lycan or a Beast, you know, suddenly you have purely magic safe laner, you have a mixed bag from the Ember, and then you would have some objective taking from the Lycan or a Beast-esque offlaners.
Those muscles, man. Tops are looking pretty swole right now. Tops in cam for a while. I'm getting a look in him. Take a look over here at Lauren off as well.
You caught our cameraman. He's like shy now.
Take it off Thompson. Put it back on Thompson right now.
There we go. By the way, that we just mentioned. Like these kind of heroes, I don't like the Beast is the last one. I feel like Beast is maybe an option too, but I feel like he's not as strong in the lane versus the Lone Druid, but it gives you some attack speed versus the egg as well. Overall, I feel like Enigma and Lycan were better picks if you are going for the offlaner. Because you need these kind of offlaners. You need to hit towers eventually on Enigma. Or you just get a carry. Maybe you get something. I don't think you get a carry, right? Like you just put Necro into Axe now. You're happy with the lane. I'm pretty sure you. Who cares what's up with Axe? Who's coming with Axe? You have Necro there. Like you're chilling. Like that lane should be. And Dazzle on top, by the way, so that lane should probably be never lost.
Position
Necro. The thing is, like, just what you put now on offlane that can lane well against Lone Druid, but it covers your weaknesses. And there are a few weaknesses on Nigma's draft. You don't have an egg hitting hero, and you don't have an objective hitting hero. Beast solves all of that, but is he strong enough to lane with block?
I speak for the tree.
Prophet is.
Hey, yo.
Is this a safe lane Prophet then? No, it's a mid lane Prophet.
Mid Prophet. Interesting. Warnoff giving away his best hero.
Oh, yo, yesterday I had this question from some very sad guy in my chat. How do I deal with Viper in mid lane? Basically, old school counter was the Prophet, right? Like you had two heroes that you picked into the Viper on mid lane old school. It's Naga and it's Prophet. Like heroes that he cannot deal with because the things have changed a little bit for the Viper. He didn't have Nether Toxin back in the past to put on the ground, right? Like he does have that. He's got some nice AoE damage as well. But the Prophet also got buffed. Like last patch Prophet, by the way, wasn't good against a Viper because you couldn't play around treants. But now that you can play around Treants again, now that they actually hurt again, maybe this is a matchup that's good.
Avoid
The
each
thing that I don't like too much is the fact that Necro won't be playing into the Axe in the lane. I feel like this lane could have been good for him and the Dazzle.
But
Dazzle into the Axe, mid-game, late game is bad for the Dazzle, right? Like, because he has his goddamn Culling Blade that he can get through the grave with easily. However, the laning stage has always been Dazzle favored. Like, the Axe likes to get into the creep wave, you just heal the creep wave. Axe likes to run at you with high armor, you just poison touch him, you remove that armor, you keep on hitting him. So overall, I feel like the Prophet is the archetype of a hero that they needed. They just got it from a different position than what I expected and what LGD expected too, because they were banning offlaners as well.
Interesting to see what Thompson ends up wanting to build here for the Viper. We'll see how the Axe ends up laning and how that will go. But game number 1 is just about to get underway here between Enigma Galaxy as well as LGD. And this is, of course, an LGD that's got a little bit of a different look, and Thompson seeming to fit in quite well. So let's jump into game number 1 and see how this ends up going. Okay, so we're always expecting a weird hero from Thompson, something a little bit out there, a little bit more fun. This isn't it, but could the build be it?
Switch it up with some Dagon Viper. Let's go. Kanda Viper or something. I don't know, man. I don't think so. I think this hero is pretty straightforward. There's like a couple of builds that people go for at the moment, and the most common one is like a Maid Slayer Dragonlance kind of a build, which is what you pretty much need on the mid lane. Of course, in some other patches, Aghanim's, Veil, Shiva's, Dominator, it was all viable, but right now I feel like we're pretty much stuck in the same spot for the majority of the Viper pickers. We'll see. Like, you know, Viper pickers. I never took the Thompson for a Viper picker though. He's the flashy guy, you know. Like,
flashy guy, you know.
He picks a toxic hero. You're just talking him up. You're like, oh yeah, you know, he's the nicest guy. He's so sweet. This guy plays freaking Viper. The slick back was a sign.
It's a sign. He's a changed man for real. Like,
it's like that way back there, and all of a sudden you're picking Viper.
Yeah, slick back Viper Brood Huskar player now. You know? When the hair is down and without gel, like, he's picking these honest mid laners, but he's done with that. He's done playing. It's Viper time, baby. Let's see. Versus the Prophet. We shall see how this lane goes. Like, in the past, at least, this was Prophet favored. Might not be the same case anymore.
Denial. Oh, deny already to start from wearing off. It's over. I got that first deny.
The morale damage of the first deny, yeah. He's got 2, by the way, to his name already, so.
No last hits. Nobody CSing currently.
Yeah. Thing is, like, a Prophet, another reason why this is such a good pick here is it's an extra hero to hit the egg at all times. As you can TP on top of it, and you build into a lot of attack speed eventually, right? I expect this Prophet, by the way, to be played from mid, but I expect a carry build. First blood already.
First blood, you said it, that maybe this was going to be a safe but even Sumail taking a lot of damage and almost dying in that situation. But you also said Necro was going to be safe. It was going to be safe lane with the Dazzle, not in this situation in the off lane.
I legit don't understand this switch up. Like, that's the one thing out of I understand it because they wanted the Prophet to fix the trap.
Rambles, but trouble for Sumail. He's just gonna die. Whisper gets the kill into Sumail, and GH, he's left alone under the tower. Theo Okura looking to just go in with the Shadow Realm, but a strike from a distance.
So close.
Didn't quite get him, had a pretty big stick.
Yeah, so what I think happened for Enigma is, I think they fixed 2 lanes. No, they fixed 1 lane with the Prophet pick, but they broke 2. Like, they broke their top potential and their bot potential.
Tomb Chains, Theo Okura rambles down, gets into the Shadow Realm, and is able to escape the grasp of Sumail, who's got slight though, but
Davai bot lane
enough.
Davai
Tops in mid lane. He's gonna end up dead.
I think the
dive on Divide. He's
Thompson
in
public
trouble.
did
Chases on Yuma with his spear. They'll get another kill on the Necrophos. So the side lanes for LGD going really well, but they did in fact just lose Thompson.
Like basically, like we talked about, right? Like the mid lane is going well, but the side lanes are terrible for them. So we shall see if the mid lane matchup can like bleed over into the other lanes as well. Because Prophet can do that. Like if you have a really good lane mid, like you can start TPing top, TPing bottom. It's a bit different, of course. Like you don't even take teleportation just yet. So it'd be a bit rougher to do early on. And if you're going for that carry build, it's not like you're gonna have an urn to work with.
Icarus dive again, right on top of the Divide. Chase not on from the bear and Yuma just yet, but Yuma not going to commit to this. KJ did Icarus dive in, and he will back away with both those spells on the bear in the face of Divide. Not exactly letting him try to come back and go to KJ if he tried to. Yuma's got to control that bear, and maybe a lot of golds coming in for Divide. This is also going to be a courier, potentially.
Courier has been killed.
I think... Yeah, he got it. Divide got the bear, if I saw the color properly. Top lane, Sumail also dropping really low. Side lanes are crazy. Like, bot lane again on Divide move.
Divide rooted. KJ doesn't have a lot of life, but he does have an Icarus dive. Omar's going to be dead, and maybe he wants to go in on Divide. Instead, he'll dive the other way. You've got Dark Will taking a lot of damage while GH under the top tier 1. He ends up dying into the shadow on the look for Sumail. They've got him rooted as well. Searing Chains aren't going to do anything. Whisper with a double kill. It's 6-1.
We might be seeing a Brazil if this continues.
By
the way, Viper is just being dominated. Look at this.
Literally getting that 6-1. He's run down by his trees and getting body blocked really well. Warnoff looking at TP in front of him. One more right click. It's not even needed. He'll sprout and get the kill. Warnoff showing that ability from the mid lane.
And the ult, by the way, to help out top. Maybe. TP's out.
Thought maybe he'd get him. He was very low at the time of ult.
Dude, we gotta move faster.
That's what I think.
I got my metronome on a higher BPM bot lane as well.
Not quite
they were diving the druid. Yeah, this is a really quick-paced game everywhere. The kills, we have 8 already, 5 minutes in. So far, Necro is probably the biggest loser of the laning stage, right? Like he's got 16 CS. Not really enjoying his time. Level 3, about to hit level 4. You could argue maybe that the Viper is more or less in the same position because both of these heroes are lane dominators. You really want to do well in the laning stage so that you can transition into the mid game with enough oomph.
Ooh, I do like using the word oomph. Or the homonym? I don't... Is that the right word? Homonyms are sounds of things, I think. I don't know, dude. I'm so far removed from high school and my 2-year degree. Maybe I'm smart for a second. Who knows? Yuma gonna collect that Lotus on the bear. There's an onomatopoeia, I'm being told. I am not smart. Anyway, tier 1 tower mid, down under half health.
За хоёулаа гэмээр LGD гоё явж байна. За одоо яаж connect хийх юм бэ? Одоо нэг гоё connect хийчихье.
Somebody messaged me immediately.
Or you're googling it as you're playing.
Actually, yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Cog, stop the Icarus dive. KJ is going to end up dead. Warnoff came in with the Wrath of Nature. Yuma having to ult. He's in some trouble under the tower. Divide, but Omar right on top. He was trying to get a kill here onto the lone druid. Can they just get the bear? Why not just get the bear?
Maybe they get the lone druid as well. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah, I was thinking maybe if the lone druid is low enough and you kill the bear, you kill the lone because of that punishment damage. Anyway, but okay, they don't get the lone, they get his bear though. he has the resummon, so it's not that bad. But this is what we talked about a little bit earlier. Like Enigma, even though the side lanes are going poorly, you have this prophet from mid lane that is literally god mode right now. And maybe
Rain troops are яг манагаад хурн өчөө гэж бодож байгаа.
Maybe. All right, well,
maybe
he can get things going. I don't know what happened. I think
Mango
he disappeared.
Why not?
Not just me.
Has fallen.
It's in the maybe not. Apparently, it's maybe not. Tops in mid, doing his thing. Go through the twin gate. GH will step up over bottom, maybe trying to get a kill here onto Yuma. The chase will be there with Omar, and he'll have the cogs to push him. And GH did a lot of damage. The bear doing a lot. The Wrath of Nature coming in. Thompson making the rotation. They've got the root around his dazzle. GH made the rotation of the move, but they're not going to just lose one. They're going to lose two. This is a play that comes in from Enigma Galaxy, and they pay dearly for it. And they're getting a tier 1 over mid. Warnoff gets that. He puts a little bit of damage through. But overall, not a bad play for LGD to get that rotation from Thompson, who's trying to recover from the aggression that he was taking from the Nature's Prophet. Warnoff, who is top of the net worth at 5,300, really having a good time looking for that Maelstrom early on. And he's got to really make up a lot of ground for LGD, or for the side lanes who have lost to LGD. And hopefully he can start to do that, because he's been pretty mobile. He's been doing a lot. He moved over bottom to try and get that kill, ended up getting a bear. They ended up getting KJ in that moment, but moving over your supports to try and get a kill over bottom and losing both of them is just not something you really want to be going to. Curious to see how Thompson kind of reacts to this. He's holding on to 800 gold. He's backed up. He's gotten into the Nether Toxin pretty heavily. But bottom lane, they're going to go for KJ once again. He's got Divide in. Stuck. It's huge. Here on a KJ. Terrorized through. That's on a 2. Can they clean up Omar and go for Divide? Omar low ends up falling through. Core gets that kill, and Divide's going to fall to Whisper. Another good reaction from LGD as they take out 2 on the side of Enigma Galaxy, who make a move and only get themselves a Phoenix once again.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry, I had some internet issues, but yeah, overall, super punished. Get the Phoenix, but it's always a nasty hero to go for, because not only at least he doesn't have 6 at this point, but you go for him, he drops low, he casts some fire spirits, like it's hard to
Ember comes over, and they're in the Shadow Realm. They're trying to get something with the Bedlam on top of Warnoff, but they just don't have the damage. With GH making the rotation, they've got the heal, they've got the help to survive. They don't have a shallow grave, but it won't matter. They'll take out the core, who tries to play aggressive with Whisper. Kill on the Nature's Prophet would have been massive here for LGD to slow down that top net worth hero. Immediately Warnoff is off to the races, going bottom and take it down.
It's so quick. Like, the tempo of this game is absolutely insane in comparison to last match. Even though, when you think about it, like, you have the Lone Druid on one side, they're still managing to face them. Like, they're still managing on LGD at least to play the tempo as fast, but they're definitely the slower team. Like, you have an Axe, you have a Lone Druid as well. Like, these heroes don't necessarily play the game all too fast. They need a lot of items, especially if your Axe is going for Vessel.
Not
even close.
Oh my God, okay.
Not even close. He was fine. He was fine.
The Ember Spirit, Storm, Viper, Puck, Shadow Fiend, Sniper, Queen of Pain topped them. Viper topped them for Viper as
and continues farming casually. By the way,
Spirit
I really like the Vessel. As a build on LGD. I really kind of hate it on Axe at the same time. He's buying it because he thinks or they think
urban
that they
hero
need terrorists. And Vessel is a tempo item. You want to get it as fast as possible. But I would even rather see it on a Viper or Phoenix than on him.
Good shot. Gods, terrorized, lands on the 2. That's going to save Thompson for the time being. He's able to get that ult off. They get the kill on the Sumail. They'll use the Culling Blade. Whisper now going to turn his attention over to the Dazzle. And this should be another Culling Blade. A double dunk. Whisper coming in and slamming down some stacks.
Тэгээд сул тал нь лгоо тэгээд гэнэ нэг буюу одоо нөгөө үндсэн багтаа удаатай тоглож байгаа гэнэ. Олон богино хугацаанд баг зээл stand-in дэмждэг тийм тоглогч гэдэг. Сэлэнтэй тоглох үед маш сайн тоглож багийн гол хариуцлага
little bit easier as well, right? Like if you want to dive in and use that egg.
Sumail walks in again. This is a dangerous play. They're going to go for the bear. They've got the fear. Now the Shadow Realm strike. But Sumail can't even commit without being pushed away.
Ер нь шинэ тоглогч биш. Тэр нь авророод байдаг stand-in ороод багийн түүхэд анхны
He's going to the Hurricane Pike.
Тэгээд
The Hurricane Rune. Maybe they move and
Смайлыг хүртэл
try to
carry
smoke and get a kill, but I say that nobody's buying Thompson in the moment anyway.
By the way, not the worst recovery from the
Ер нь
macro.
Смайлаас мондөг гэж
On the sidelines are definitely struggling.
Sumail, and again with Oman. Hogs pushing Battle Hunger, hook shot on the Sumail to get away. So an ally hook shot for the escape. He's closing in on the Radiance. It's still a little ways out. Picked up that casual fluffy hat. Has himself a windlace.
There's like a couple of options, right? Whenever you're playing a core necro in the current state, like if you're playing him safe lane, mid lane, off lane, whatever, like you can either go for travels or you can go for something like Radiance. Both work, but it just depends on how your game goes.
It seems like Sumail wants to fight really badly. Problem is he's only level 8. Like he has floundered a little bit in this game. But that's something we talked about, right? The side lane's not doing well, and the one lifting, or really doing the heavy lifting, is Lornoff, who will have this Mjolnir flying out to him, and he's going to try and carry the team to getting back into the game. It's going to take some time, though, and you can see it'll get a little easier for Necro with that Radiance. Like you said, he's recovering okay. But the one I do worry about is Sumail.
Absolutely. Like you can look at this game as basically as a mid lane Ember Spirit. He even has a bottle, by the way. So basically, it's a mid lane Ember Spirit from the safe lane, and he's not a true position 1 on this team in this particular match, at least. It's Lorna, and like we mentioned, like he is going full on for the right to build. The rest of them are basically creating space. Just create space, make this profit big enough so that he can carry the game. My issue with that is, though, do you think that this Spirit Bear eventually just mows through the tree? Like, you get that Aghanim's Mjolnir Silver Edge and you just hunt the goddamn Prophet across the map with the Lone Druid.
Which will make it come down to if the positioning for Nature's Prophet is good enough, which it won't be easy to set yourself up on. A hook shot to Roche? No. Go back to where you came from. Are you kidding me?
Хятадын нэртэй боловч өмнөд Америкийн шалгаруулсан олуулсан баг.
Like he could have tossed him in the other direction.
Тэгтээ юм аяга юм бол маш өндөр фармтай үндсэн винтэн дэш.
Boy.
Фарм сав. Фармлж байгаа юу шүү.
Nice try. And he stunned as well, by the way. So he had that cursed crown. Couldn't get away even if he wanted to. Blink on Axe, by the way. So the vessel actually wasn't half bad at all. 16 minutes in.
They found the Nature's Prophet, Cursed Crown. Can he survive? They've got the help from the Ember. First time they try to make an aggressive play like this. Terrorized, but Dark Willow needs to really run, and there's going to be a TP in his face, sprouting a kill.
By the way, I just managed to get back into the game, so I wasn't able to see what was happening. That was solo Dark Willow, right? Shot?
Yeah, that was solo Dark Willow trying to go for the Sumail, going over on a KJ Reaper.
Killing off the Phoenix.
I feel like maybe on the side of LGB, the supports are a bit overdoing it. Like the tempo is good, But honestly, there is nothing stopping, in my opinion, LGD from just farming. This game isn't looking too bad. As the game goes on, all the natural item builds that they go for are good against Nigma. Like eventually you're going to get a nullifier on the bear as well. Like this lone druid is 5-0-3. Like he's still not top macro, sure. I would settle for this sort of a game. If I could just play the status quo and farm, I would settle for this big of a lone druid. Like he almost has agonyms, you know, with the Mjolnir. So, pretty good timing.
Яаж тоглохоо бас шийдвэрлэн ялгаа. Position 4
move. Sitting even currently 14-7, but pops in. He is got himself that Hurricane Pike shield rune if he is in any trouble.
Yeah, with the shield rune, like he can basically move across the map into the enemy territory, and he probably shouldn't care. They have no dispels for him.
Early болон mid дээр амар dominate хийдэг болоод combination гаргал.
3 heroes, like you said, they've got the blink dagger on the axe ready. This time find the nature's prophet.
Yeah, they can find an angle. Like you kind of know where he likes to farm, but it's still a bit too deep. Like when you think about it, the prophet and the lone druid farm the same spots of the map, right? Like they're these heroes that can afford to farm the river area on the outskirts of the map. Just stay there. If anything happens, you just TP, or you send a bear.
Nicaragua гэж улс бид юм дээ. Central America гэнэ.
In the century on the edge of it.
Oh, America.
Game kind of slowing down, like you said. You're okay with them just farming? That's exactly what they're doing at the moment.
I think they got punished a few too many times after trying to break the game completely. So they chilled a little bit, you know. They accepted, okay, guys, we don't have to overdo it. I think that's a respectable and the proper decision as well. However, they are TPing mid behind the Viper. They want to take a fight in the Radiant jungle.
За, position there.
May end up being a TP here that ends up
Ер нь ихний энийг хоёр дай болохоор баг хамгийн юм шийдэж
a little forward and they have found themselves a buy, but there is the shallow grave. Nobody hitting this egg. They're taunted by a two-man call. Reaper Scythe though kills Whisper. Sorry on Sumail. He's able to get the remnant away. Thompson's on. He's dead too. Two heroes end up dead. GH doing all the heavy lifting. Sleight of Fist. The old core is gone. LGD are losing plenty as Nigma Galaxy come out unscathed, and they're going to look for more. Omar in on the bear. That's going to be a bear kill? No, that's going to be a bear killing Omar. And eventually losing his life as KJ ends up dead. But resummoning Nigma now needs to get back into space, otherwise he's going to use that resummon to be dead for a while. And they got the poison touch, they have the spirit vessel. It's a full team wipe for Nigma Galaxy.
Dude, the resummon, what the hell? He got the Aghanim, so okay. When that fight started, he didn't have the Aghanims. I believed it was only the point booster. That worried me for a moment. It could have, like, it's still a disaster for LGD, by the way, but at least it's not like a game-losing disaster. The Aghanims just got delivered. It's all good. It's all good. He's fine.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Yeah. But overall, this whole fight, Whisper tipping GH in the middle of the fight because of all the control and the heal that he was giving the Vi. But Omar needs to beat it because he's the one that scouts Whisper. He's the one that keeps him away from Necro. Look at it. From the clockwork. Like, he just calls him and that's it. And yeah, sure, you have this you have this Necro to 1 HP, but he's graved and Axe is controlled. Axe wasn't there on time to use the Culling Blade. Just a beautiful play from both of the supports. The Dazzle saving the Necro, and the Clock making sure that Dazzle can actually save the Necro.
Saw the stun on the Necro and the call elsewhere. Thought that it might have been a two-man call, but he ended up being a little bit too far away. And like you said, just not close enough to get the Culling Blade off or anything of the sort. They end up getting team wipes. And Nigma Galaxy took themselves a little bit of a lead and trying to maybe get themselves a little bit of a golden injection. Something that they desperately need, because even despite the fact that they got this full team wipe, Sumail is sitting here, bottom of the net worth of the cores. Hook shot comes through KJ, he's been caught. They got the cause, they hit the Reaper Scythe. That's another kill for Devi. Got himself another Reaper Scythe stack.
Yeah. if you're LGD, I think even with these couple of deaths and stuff like the team vibe basically on bot lane, you can take a deep breath. Like, your own druid is still chill even after feeding that 1-6-0 score, unstoppable kill streak went the way of Lorenov, by the way. You can still playable. Still playable.
Radiant
He resummoned the bear with an Aghanims, can continue farming, going into Silver Edge next. I think, like, even the fight could have, that last fight could have went their way very easily if they managed to call the it's a completely different story that happens there, but
Terrorize, they're gonna try this again. They have tried plenty of times to kill this Nature's Prophet, and the Cogs pushing the bear away. Yuma, that bear, it ain't living.
We
found themselves the Vi is in on this one, and they will burn him out.
I think killing
Asian Championship Prophet is a bait. It's a big bait because
this
hero, exactly, and he's 8-0-4. Like, this hero is squishy, by the way. Don't get me wrong. Hunting Prophet, taking him down is generally the idea. Whenever you're playing into this hero, you want to find him. You don't want to find his teammates because then he TPs in and overwhelms you. But you have to bring the numbers. Like, he's having too good of a game to just solo him with the Dark Willow or solo him with the bear. Like, you actually need to bring the numbers in this one.
Omar's got the jetpack now.
A fantastic item, of course, for the clock. This shard just works so well in so many different ways. It activates your hero. The shard on the dazzle, of course, isn't that bad either, but the clock shard is the one that you always want to get from the Tormy, maybe even buy it. You know, just getting the clockwork shard so you can reposition yourself for hook shots. The fact that you can always stop the jetpack and continue it again makes clogging much easier, like he's doing right now.
Hook shot away, Viper Strike was used, and Thompson was trying to get a kill here on Omar. Got the Shallow Grave and the Hex. Does he survive? He's got the call. In time, Omar gonna be caught. Shallow Grave's not gonna do it for him, but he does have that jetpack. He does have those cogs. Force staff with the Hurricane Pike from the Viper, and that will still be a kill under the clockwork.
But he's still tipping GH. He's tipping GH because of another save. And this fight, instead of this pick off, instead of being simple, killing the clock, and that's it. Like, suddenly your axe actually has to use this fresh bot BKB. You know, it's like, it never feels great. Like, he bought these brand new shoes and he had to use them to go to the market. He didn't use them for some, like, big event, you know.
Scuffed them immediately, and now they're
instantly scuffed. Exactly, instantly scuffed.
Heals have been pretty heavy-handed. He's got the Holy Locket as well.
And healing as well that you get on Necro anyway, like the restoration amplification from the Ghost Shroud, like, it's a pretty good dazzle game unless he gets cold too.
East fight дор чаддаг гинэ.
Vision on axe though.
Үсэгт сумайд бодон фарм
Reaper Scythe, Whisper Cause. Try again with another kill. He had a slow start, but he is definitely online now, way ahead of Thompson.
Position нэг дээр мэргэсэн carry-ийн carry бол биш гинэ. Угаасаа биш тийм.
Bear is getting big.
Маш хүнд late game position нэг зарим цэвэр carry бол сул байж байна. Тийм угаасаа
Your puns are great as always. What's even better is going to the pit when you have this kind of a lead and just taking that Aegis away from the enemy team, especially when they're not ready and they don't have their axe. Maybe, I don't think they can get here actually on time. It is not the bad place to fight for Radiant, which is the saddest part of it, because you have a lot of heroes that really work well in the Rosh pit. Like, you have Phoenix and Dark Willow and Axe. But they're not even getting a lot out of the map from this. They just want to like they are maybe even unaware of it happening.
Ember carry тоглож байгаа мид явж байгаа шиг байна.
Roche dies and the Aegis is in the hands of Lornoff, who is yet to die.
They have Aghanims on Ember as well. Ember, speaking of mid.
Going for Ember, terrorized, but the Shallow Grave hits through Lornoff. He's got some help with the hook shot. And, well, they will get the kill onto the bear and look for more as KJ Icarus dive into the Roche pit, Sunray TP attempt, and he's gone. Just gets away.
Yeah, the axe is there on the Ember, but he did not have the chains. So even with a sleight of fist, I don't think that's that Phoenix. But the bear is dying a little bit too easily, I feel like. Another fight where he just absolutely evaporates. And these kind of fights, by the way, these kind of pickoffs are good on Ember. Like, this is what you want to be attempting in the map. There's one thing stopping them, though. Too many objectives to TP to. Like, Dazzle has tier 1 bottom, tier 2 mid, tier 2 top. If you go for anyone around these towers, Dazzle will TP. He will save them. You cannot stop that from happening. I was just thinking if he's going to buy a blink, I click on him, has a blink queued up. Makes things even simpler for him, right? Like, it's all about that range. It's all about making sure that you can use the null projection on time and in range.
How do you deal with this Nature's Prophet, seeing that he's been continuing to get all the help that he needs? Hook shot off the mark, doesn't land it on Whisper. And Warnoff again looking, Sprout, but a Remnant right on top of the core. Searing Chains, Yule's up in the air and trying to survive. Curse Crown on the Sumail won't matter. And he will be stunned, but they will get the kill onto GH.
This is more to what I have been expecting from this game. Like Lone Druid just constantly catching the backlines, killing them off. But they didn't really focus on the backlines. They were focusing a bit too much on the Prophet. Oh, Davai, he cancels the TP bot. They see him.
Yeah, Yuma, he's got the help from Topson. So Yuma won't have to do it with his own bare hands, but that will be the team coming together to get the kill into the Necrophos.
Radiant's middle tower
Why did he? Yeah, and he used BKB, but why did he cancel the TP? Did he travel on a creep or something that died? I didn't see, but his TP stopped. Like, in any case, like, he was kind of out. Axe was too far for the call, but canceling the TP and then running into the bear. Bear was also not really on him. So the Savage Roar couldn't connect, I believe. In any case, yeah. The moment, but you see the difference. There's no Dazzle in this fight, right? The moment the Dazzle dies, anything is possible.
Yeah, as long as you take out the heal bomb and the save, they have that chance to just get these kills. Warnoff coming over once again. Thinking about going over and killing off the Phoenix, as this bear is invis. He's got the Silver Edge, but there is a tower standing between him and getting a kill.
Players here.
Yeah, I feel like that was more about just pressuring the tier 1 tower and trying to eliminate at least one of these big buildings where Dazzle can TP to, even if it costs him his life. That's a weird ward to plant, by the way, on a KJ. If you look at this obs, it sees a little bit of the Twin Gate down bottom, and that's it. Like, that's really weird. But okay, like, if your job is to just see the Twin Gate plays, maybe it's valuable. Or value enough, at least. You know, you see that Twin Gate being popped, if nothing else.
I trust you. I trust that ward.
If you plan that ward, you'll get reported, by the way. I'm pretty sure.
I was thinking about doing it in my next pub.
If you
I won't do it.
Absolutely reported, I can guarantee it.
Clock-ийн чинь бас ингэж харах зориулсан юм биш үү?
Mid lane tier 2.
Tier 2.
Hook shot.
Getting ripped apart. Hook shot in on a Whisper. Whisper gonna be forced to use that BKB. He goes to the call. He's got the taunt. It's onto the Nature's Prophet. They'll throw out the Terrorize. They've got the Fear and a Warnoff, but nobody else is here. Bear's pushing top. Cutting the creep wave.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Omar wants to control it from returning back, and the dust as well.
Tower is under attack.
He needs to be careful. He's got a cog surrounded. And now the bear will go after Sumail. He's gonna have to fight back. Remnant's over. Jesus, he was almost having Omar. Feared and killed instead.
Yeah.
They will finally get this bear.
This
top tower
is more to what my expectations were from the game. But when Lone Druid starts the game with 6-0-3, this is usually how it looks like. He's just eating everyone alive. Like, this hero is just absolutely ridiculous. That's why he's banned all the time. By the way, BKB is up on it now. So
одоо
they have
LGD
good old
илүү
Silver Edge,
ялч магадлал
BKB, Mjolnir. I expect maybe a nullifier, maybe a butterfly. We'll see what he goes for next. Like, there's just a lot of good options. Even a Bloodthorn at some point, you know, like, just... You don't actually need it that much. You usually kill heroes in one Savage Roar. That's your play, right? Like a Silver Edge, Savage Roar, they can't move, they're rooted, they can't use anything, they're stunned.
Radiant are scanning.
GG.
Also, they've had a little bit of a struggle trying to get the egg. Phoenix is, at least right now, queued up the refresher.
I think it's a perfect build. Like when you, by the way, the main item that you need to get on Phoenix in most of the games currently, in the current state of the game, is the refresher. Like, especially if the egg cannot be killed. Even if you're in position 5, who cares? Just buy it, you know? Like, you're going to have 2 ways of initiating in a fight with an axe to back you up and terrorize. Not too bad. The only thing is, though, Prophet solos the egg at any single point, so that refresher can feel pretty damn bad if the first X dies.
Right. It could be a waste of gold if he doesn't find the opening, and I'm watching this bear. He's thinking about Divide, also thinking about just pushing the bottom tier 2 tower.
And the nullifier, right, as expected. The next item on him, he's playing into Yule's Ghost on Clockwork Ghost Shroud on Necro, of course, as well. Just a fantastic item for him. Even the Ember, by the way, with the Ghost Scepter on their side. All of these ghosts will feel pretty dumb once the nullifier is up, but at least you survive for now.
He's been sitting pretty even. Has never really broken out into a massive lead of any sort. And the Galaxy had about a 7,000 net worth lead, but that was about it. Gone back towards even. LGD continuing to farm up pretty heavily, but so is Lornoff as he's getting closer and closer to that 30,000 mark. Looking for the Daedalus with the Satanic.
He's already as rich as more or less you can get, right? For the state of the game, 33 minutes in, 905 on the Prophet.
Yeah,
with the Satanic, with Satanic you'll have that second life. The one hero that we aren't really mentioning or talking too much about is the Viper, right? Like 1-3-4, a very chill game. He had a hard matchup, but so far, like, he's keeping up with farm at least. No, some Vipers fall off.
He is going to try and survive Omar, but he's in on the shot. Reaper Sight comes through and gets the kill onto the axe, so they will not have that control. Immediately, they will bail out.
King Jungle's
heroes down here bottom, and they went right towards top.
It's a 3-fight, right? Like, they basically were setting up for Tormentor, and they caught a Straggler. They caught that little axe trying to play the map. They're not going to go into the Torm, instead they move top.
Яа гаргаж байна намайг. За тэгээд тоглолцсон багууд нь болохоор No Ping, Team Brazil, SG Esport, Wolf Team gini.
TPN onto the Treants, and now Thompson isn't quite left alone, but they were thinking about making a move. Haven't dived in just yet.
Yeah, going for the MKB next, by the way. And you asked if we were going to see maybe a little bit of a different build. So it is a bit different on Viper, by the way. Even just getting the Disperser this game is different. Like, he's got multiple ways of dispelling the Manta, the Disperser as well. Of course, you can use it on yourself, or you can use it on the enemy team as well for that active. It's not that bad. It's definitely a little bit weirder than the standard just bulk up build. This is more of I want to carry kind of a build on Viper. MKB next. He really wants to be that hard right clicker.
Meanwhile, Nature's Prophet hits that level 25. Goes to the 3 times tree in HP and damage.
Interesting.
I thought he would go to the
I thought so too, but Treants have been buffed.
Oh, KJ support тоглож мөртлөө 11,000 аим
eventually you can mirror the ratting with your own rat. Maybe he's already preparing for that mindset, you know.
15,000 аим хүрсэн юм бэ. Position 5 15,000 хүрэх гэдэг бол механик чадвар.
Opening here.
What?
Behind again, but they get the blink into the call. They've got the BKB popped by Whisker. And can they kill out through the wall? Shallow Grave is looking at the same as well as the heal coming in. They hit the hook shot. It's on a Whisper. They've got the Bear locked up in the cog, so Bear doing no damage at the moment while Warnoff is just teeing off on a Thompson. They've got themselves the Reaper, so they get the cover Thompson as well as the Core. Down goes Omar. The Yuma Bear finally gets something out of this fight, but he was locked up via the cogs for quite some time. And just so much damage coming out from Warnoff. But don't quite hang on to him just yet. He barely escapes. They will hear the roar, they will be aware. But I don't really think they have the opportunity to make a play.
Тэгвэл ер нь юу вэ? Композер юм байна. Энэний юу болдог юм бэ? Phoenix-ийн юугаар л тоглох юм байна.
We could play by not only the Dazzle, but Omar getting those cogs and the hook shot on both the axe as well as that bear. So just the damage lacking from LGD. Yuma is about to hit that level 25.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Finally hits that marker. He will take the entangle root duration plus 0.6 seconds.
Incoming.
Yeah, this is basically the point in which Lone Dre just solos anyone that he finds on the map. If he finds solo targets, of course, with the bear.
Claws coming out from the Lone Druid. Go when ready. Just a quick little moment.
KJ-н болохоор юу гэдэг юм бэ? Драфт илүү өдөрдөг. Map дээр яаж тоглох юм?
Time going here for LGD. They will find themselves Omar, but there is another Shallow Grave. Divide coming forward. Warnoff is in. They hit the Hex. It's onto the Bear. They go and find themselves the A. Reaper Scythe on the Bear doesn't do anything to the BKB. He's trying to fight back. They get the blink into the call, and Yuma, he will finally get a kill on Warnoff, taking away the 10-time spree. He does not have buyback. It's an Aegis on Sumail. I thought maybe surely it'd be on Warnoff, but instead it is on this Ember, so they do not have a second life on this Nature's Prophet. And despite the fact that they lose Thompson as well as Duo Core, I think this is well worth a win here for LGD, getting that kill on the Nature's Prophet. But now once again, Shallow Grave, it will save him for a moment, but this time they've got the Cone Blade, they've got the kill on Omar, it's going to be a second dead. Sumail able to escape with GH, but they are starting to get hard on for LGD, especially when they catch that Nature's Prophet with the call.
Yeah, they just managed to find the backline, or the backline came to them. Like, it's the Prophet that went in, it's the Prophet that tried just absolutely going ham fighting, and that's because of the item build. Like, if you look at this Prophet, it is maxed out. Like, this is what you want to see from your carry, or your mid lane turned into a carry. With the Satanic, he thought that he could survive, but for the first time in many of these fights, Axe was not controlled at all. So he was able to jump in. And it's kind of hard to control the Axe when he literally itemized everything into being uncontrollable. There.
They're just going after Divide. Try to do it himself.
Forcing out a little BKB, and maybe he can turn it back in. In 5 seconds. This is the problem with the bear. He goes on you, you don't kill him, he goes straight back in. OTP? Dazzle though? Dazzle is gone.
Shallow Grave doesn't matter, Culling Blade is there. They're doing it.
Not barely anymore, by the way. These kills look pretty damn simple now for him. The tier 2 will fall as well. Every single tower you take in this game makes it like by a huge percentage easier. The problem with initiating on Axe though for Nigma is you cannot initiate with a hookshot. Like, if you initiate with a hookshot, he just BKB TPs out. That's like your only BKB piercing ability. So you kind of have to save it, maybe initiate with the dagger, or doesn't have a dagger on Clockwork, but maybe with the Ember or anyone else, basically. This build from Axe is wild, by the way, and I'm all for it. I love it. Lotus Dispel, Manta Dispel, BKB Dispel, Trellis on top for some extra region removal. Very nice.
Draft. Тэгээд ер нь стратеги
building into the Aghanim Scepter next. And this will be a Torm for LGD. Whisper also almost level 25. What are you looking for him to get at 25? The AoE on the Berserker's Call or the Culling Blade damage?
Wow. Oh, the Culling Blade damage is so juicy in this game as well versus Dazzle. Like, usually it's the AoE, right? Like, that's what you want. There was even a build around the AoE build, if you remember, with Berserker's Call at 25, which was insane. Like back when you got it from, what was it? I think Bloodstone gave it. It was pretty cool. I mean, you could still go for the range, it's good. But maybe the Culling Blade has value versus the Dazzle. Make these dunks a bit easier for yourself. You know? A lot of these dunks have missed due to Dazzle just healing them in the nick of time.
Ер нь LGD ч хуучин хятад баггээс тэр Кэшигийн юу юм биш үү? King James
gonna push into tier 3, but instead will jump back and get out of there with that swift blink.
Yeah,
I think this is where the Prophet's level 25 actually is making the biggest difference. Like, he's able to prevent the pair from at least pressuring your high ground already, just by out-pushing all the lanes with the treants, however, smoke up.
Radiant are scanning.
Shopify, Rebellion, Secret Mouse, Avos, Heroic LGD. Heroic LGD нэр хамттай ажилласан юм биш үү?
Looking, Whisper in, looking for Omar. Shell graded, hook shot blocked. Icarus dive in. KJ with the Supernova to get the kill now on Omar. Thompson's got the credit on that one. Viper strike onto this Necro. Necro needs to be a little bit careful. GH is pretty far behind. We're not going after Thompson. Some decent damage. Terrorize thrown out. That's going to fear up Sumail. Sumail hit with the call afterwards. Reaper Scythe comes in. Doesn't get the kill into Thompson, but they've got the TP forward. They'll get the kill on the Viper with the help of Warrenoff. Now Remnant in. KJ ends up dead. Double kill for Warrenoff. And the Bear looking for a moment to jump forward and maybe get a kill. But they are looking as they've got the boots to travel level 2 to TP. Sumail with Devi. Devi goes in. There's the Krellas. Jumping after Whisper. Has the call. It's only on a 1. Poison Touch doesn't connect. Whisper with the Lotus Orb trying to get away from the hands of Enigma Galaxy. They've got no Bear with him. Whisper's been left for dead. They'll get the 3, and Enigma Galaxy come out ahead.
That's a double damage Nature's Prophet right there. Critting him for 1600. He was not getting away. This fight was kind of botched from LGD. They had the smoke. They had like a good idea where everyone is, but the call doesn't connect. And the moment the call doesn't connect, they go a little bit too deep. This doesn't really work out. The refresher is there on the Phoenix, but the secondary egg was not. This is a set of Raxes at least. Right? Set of Rax, maybe even bot, maybe Throne. Maybe just Throne, yeah, double damage Prophet. This game will just end.
They're gonna try for it. But Yuma's Bear is in for a second, gets rooted, and now sprouted. The Bear's being controlled. They gotta pull these treants off the base. They took a tier 4 already. They'll fall back. They'll go for the racks. They've got a tier 4 to buy in. Can they hold out? They thought about this straight 4s into a finish. It's not as easy as it once was. But man, are they trying. Now they'll move their attention towards bottom. Lorenoff still doing the damage to get the tier 3 in this lane. So both lanes opening up mid and bottom. But can they get the racks on top of this to get the extra damage? Back along to the 5 on bottom. So Fixer Chains that goes in onto KJ. They've got the Fierce on a Devi. But here is GH ready to go in with the shallow grave. And they go to the Reaper Sights onto the Bear. That kills the Bear. 425 gold for Devi. As the BKB duration is done. Taking out this banner. Getting everything that they want out of this and more. They resummon the Bear, but Bear is top, so they're going to give up this bottom set of racks, and Bear is just going to go and push out top.
It's just absolutely difficult to take this fight now without the buyback on Axe. He went for the 150 Culling Blade, by the way, in the end. That whole last fight, he was not taking any talent, even though he was 25. He just didn't have the time. Maybe couldn't decide, but he does go for the damage.
За тэгээд Баатар нь болохоор Footwing Shadow Shaman Hero Keeper of the Light.
His skills are most of the time correcting anyway. But a huge win for Enigma. This game, by the way, is not over yet. It all depends on... yeah, you were two sides up. It's 46 minutes in, and they can definitely defend against the double side. Of course, the lanes being pushed in all the time is annoying, but you have a bear on the map, so you basically have an extra hero to deal with that.
The thing is, right now, because of the fact that he resummoned the bear, he's got to wait to really push it out into a spot that's dangerous, right? Because if you lose the bear right now, it's like coming back, you do not have that bear to defend. And with one center axe remaining, you might just end up losing it and losing the game.
He's almost got refreshed by the point, so those problems won't be as big of a deal anymore for him once he gets the full refresher complete, which he will in 100 gold.
I've seen on Roach, can he even make a play at this?
Oh, it's hard. They have no
Last time they gave the Aegis to Sumail, and they end up losing Ornov. It was a big play for LGD. This time around, with just Omar and Ornov there, it's set in stone. They're going to give Ornov the Aegis. Not going to make that mistake again.
Yeah, they have the shard, they have everything, the refresher as well. Jeez. By the way, level 25 on Echo is interesting, like minus 2.5 seconds death pulse. Like, I see the other one very often. I'm a big 0.3 Reaper sec damage per missing HP endurer as well. Because you just bring the target low enough, you don't have to bring them below 50 anymore, and you can use that side for the kill. But okay, I mean, he's getting Reaper side kills anyway. When they are used, he mostly gets the kill.
A massive lead here for Enigma Galaxy, but one you believe to not be too much. Question is, can the bear do it? And they are grouped up together on Enigma Galaxy. They've got this second life on the Nature's Prophet. In theory, potentially a third life with the Satanic, which he'll put out of his backpack into his hands when he ends up dying. So he could have that extra bit of regen. If they can get this kill onto this Nature's Prophet, maybe they can find everybody else out. But they have started to get the farm. And you can see Sumail no longer the least farm core. He is ahead of that axe. He's at that level 25 hex, the extra Culling Blade damage, something you were talking about. But he's building a Yules to maybe slow down some of these heroes.
Yeah, the Wind Waker, right?
Surviving. Yeah.
He's trying to get the Wind Waker as well.
Seeker in. Hobson. I need to get out of this, or does Divine need to get away? BKB Blink Call connects. He's going to have the help of the rest of the team, though. Can they get him before the Culling Blade's able to get out? Yes, they can. And by that, I meant hitting the shallow grave with the Culling Blade. Not going to be a matter of that, because they'll go for Omar. They'll get themselves a second kill. They're going to buy back up both these heroes. Remnant's back and forth. They're going to look over at the axe. They're going to kill the Whisper. They take him out. He's dead for 2 minutes. Reaper sight through. Thompson gone. He's got buyback. So he's going to be back in the fight. It's still going to be a 6v4. And Warnoff's going to go for the tier 3 and the Mega Creeps. Thompson, how much is there for him to do? They're going to smoke up. They'll hit the hook shot. It's going to be on the Thompson. They've got the control. They'll go to the right on the back line. And now Omar, the bear, he's got the right to bear arms. But is he going to have the damage to get the kill? They'll go to the egg. And now they're going to look over. Sumail in the back lines with these right in once again. Yuma's bear, half health. They'll explode on the Supernova. Warnoff down and low, but not out. And he's got this Aegis still to work with into the Shadow Realm. They've got no more heroes on this side of LGD and are dead with buyback because they used it on this Viper and he walked back immediately. Now they've got no buyback on the Whisper. So they're looking forward. They've got the Necro in the face of these heroes on the side of LGD. Yuma forcing back on that bear. This drone is going to die. GG's going to be calling Enigma Galaxy get game number 1.
15-minute affair. Just a beautiful game 1, by the way, for...
They end up winning that game there for the side of Enigma Galaxy, and man, Warnoff popping off as you know,
Switzerland тоглогч юм шүү дээ. Тэний гаргачих. За одоо юуг нь харъя. За ингэж өнөөдөртөө дуусгая та. Empress амар юм шүү дээ. Spirit дээр амар тоглолт юм. За тэгээ 35 цагстай миний мортлоо. Lornoff гинэ. За окей. Мэдэж авлаа энэ тоглогчийг. Энэ янз янзын график үзүүлдэг юм ээ те. Зэвгүй. Үзүүлчихвэл тэгээд юу яачих байх л та бас. Окей. За маш сонирхолтой тоглолтод гарлаа. Тэгээ би чатанд хариу өгөөгүй. Жогон тийм байлаа. Sorry. Цааш та хичнээн.